And welcome to the show.
I thought we were supposed to pause.
Oh,
as
I
we
did
opened
see.
the show.
Okay,
What?
fine. Go.
Let's just do that again, and then we'll re-edit this in post.
Oh, okay.
And welcome to. Oh, come on, the moment's gone.
The moment's gone. We're a bunch of clumsy starters, it seems.
I
Welcome
thought we
to
were on
the
the same page, man. We're supposed to be. Anyway. Gee.
Yeah,
Anyway,
right before the show, we were just goofing around trying to figure out, what stupid way can we start the show today? But whatever.
You totally forgot about it. It made me look like a fool. This is a pattern.
You know what? Whether I'm here or not to make you look like a fool, you're still gonna look like a fool, bro.
That's true. I make it easy. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Static Interference, the show that helps you sift through the noise.
That's right.
Disclaimer, though, viewers of this assume all liability for all harmful side effects from the show. So if symptoms persist, then, well, it's working just the way we thought it would.
If symptoms persist, we probably gave you COVID or something.
Yeah. Spread it. Spread it around. Spread the symptoms. Spread the... No, let's not.
Come on.
No, not during the time of COVID.
Bad Robbie.
That's not a good joke. Not a good joke to start the show off.
Anyway, welcome to the show.
Stay home. Stay home where it's safe and you can listen to us and experience this experience the side effects all by your lonesome selves. Anyway,
we'll just edit that beginning out.
On a higher note, on a more uplifting note, welcome to the show. This is our third show, by the way, and if you like what you hear, if you like what you see, please subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. We're also on Facebook Live. They're not going to do that after that opening.
we have a fan or two. We have a fan or two. Our loyal fan club, I suppose. The
clingy crew.
Our clingy crew. Yeah,
yes.
Our clingy crew is
gorgeous Nathania Ruby.
That's right.
All right.
So yeah, guys, we're available on Kumu. We're on YouTube and we're on Facebook. So we're here every Tuesday. We start at 8:30. So we're really happy if you can join us, especially at the start where we can see the viewership. It really builds our confidence. So keep it coming.
I don't know about you, man, but I'm happy with just like Nathaniel watching. I mean, yeah,
you're a simple guy, I suppose. So simple, in fact. Dude, you've worn that shirt like I don't know how many times. We've done 3 shows. I think that's you've worn it 3 times.
Oh, this shirt?
Yeah,
it's called branding, man. Branding.
Okay, you can mix it up a little bit.
This is the only shirt that fits me right now. I've gained weight ever since the start of this lockdown, and yeah, it isn't pretty. You, on the other hand,
I went in the total opposite direction there. I went, I think I dropped about 25, 30 pounds over lockdown so far. And I needed it. I was also getting pretty out of shape, but I'm portly. Yeah, but I keep telling you, come exercise with me, or, I tried to get you, I was trying to tell you about Ring Fit Adventure. A good way to get exercise and get your gaming in too.
I haven't actually tried Ring Fit Adventure yet. It was all sold out for a while, but I hear it's back on store shelves. But I'm too scared to go out, so I'll probably have it. I'll just probably order it for the pack soon enough. Hey, Alan De Los Santos, thank you so much for listening. Vince as well as tuned in. Where on Kumu? Just type the Static Interference Show. Is that what they write?
Yep, Static Interference Show.
Okay.
And our show is streaming right now. I can actually see ourselves. And someone named CJ Joaquin 050 sent us some halo. So that's fantastic. I'm not sure about how all that stuff works on Kumu exactly.
I thought real halo. I was getting excited for a delectable snack.
Virtual.
Here I am. Yeah, still thinking about food. You lost so much weight. You even you even tagged me on that push-up challenge. I tried doing the push-up challenge for a few. Like I was at it like last night, and then I fell asleep after the third one. I have started.
Your stomach is so close to the ground and it's so soft.
I know. It's just I was doing push-ups on my bed. Maybe that's the reason why. So I'm never going to do that again.
Not a good place to do push-ups. Yeah.
Right. So, and whenever I'd go down, I just land on my pillow. Just, So anyway.
Hey,
Jeremy Domingo.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
One of the finest thespians in all of the Philippines.
And we say that with a lisp. Thespians.
Finest thespians in all of the Philippines. Okay,
watch out because Vocal Alliance is going to be doing a series of workshops with Jeremy Domingo on foundational acting. Luis is also listening, says weak sauce, Rob. Hey, wait, hold on. Let me just redeem myself for a bit because I may have fallen asleep during push-ups in the past, but I did take up just recently jumping rope.
Jump rope.
I can do 20 at a time.
Wow. That's I'm proud of you, bro. That's good. What's your vertical leap look like with that?
I hop.
Just enough for the rope to get underneath, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be done after all. I mean, you get really tired if you try to jump too high.
And no complaints from your local seismological society or anything like that?
No, just
or neighbors for that matter.
Just the people living in my basement. Noel Zarate is also tuned in. Thank you so much, man. By the way, for those of you out there who are interested in taking a workshop for sportscasting and announcing, like Noel did. Like Don did. No, sorry. Like Don did last week. Be sure to join Vocal Alliance and get a 500 peso off on your discount on your admission fee. So that's happening every Saturdays of September from 1 o'clock.
Money well
6
spent.
p.m.
Absolutely, money well spent. I learned a lot. I learned how to, run a spiel with the legendary broadcaster himself, and came to find out that actually a lot of his former students were also good friends of mine. I didn't realize they also took his class, so that was really cool to find out. So I invite everybody. I think that if you wanna just learn how to be a talking head, go through Noel Zarate's broadcasting class. Highly recommend.
I'm just gonna bring this a little bit closer to my mouth. How is? Oh, hey, my brother. Oh, my awesome brother, my guapo brother. By the way, he just started his first Globe commercial.
What? Really?
As a unicorn, a pink unicorn. So check it out.
Okay.
Go to the Globe Facebook page, and you're bound to come across it. River Joseph. Yeah.
Very
how nice of you to listen. Very nice.
Yeah, cool. How old is River now?
He is 21.
What?
Yes.
He's like a perpetual preteen to me for some reason. But
time flies. Yeah. He's still that little 3-year-old to me. But he's just, you should see the guy. He's absolutely he's a stunning individual. He's a good-looking man.
Yeah. And I guess you grow 5 years during lockdown anyway, so you grow up real fast, right?
Yeah, he certainly does. He's young enough to be my son, actually, and there was a time that people thought he was my son. I'd bring him around there was this one time that he was sick, and I brought him over to the clinic because my parents weren't home. They were off to at a party somewhere, and so I was the one who brought him, and I was about his age during this time, and he was a little boy, little baby, and so the nurses there thought that I was his dad, and when my parents finally arrived, they thought they were his grandparents, and they were so insulted, right? But yeah. Anyway, Jasper is also tuned in. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I have a 20-year-old younger brother as well, actually, and or is he 21? I think. Yeah, don't know. I think he's 20. And then my eldest sister is going to turn 50. So there's a giant spread also in my family as well. So,
wow.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just hop right into it. Let's get on with the show. Enough of the frivolities and the pleasantries. Let's head down the weekly rundown.
The weekly rundown. I feel like there's we need some sort of like animation that goes across the screen.
Right. Yeah.
And then get run over or something.
We'll figure it when we have a budget. You know, all we can do is like just the voiceover. Eventually we'll have animations and some flourishes and all those other cool things that you see in the more big budgeted programs. But right now, do we have a sponsor, by the way?
Oh, yes, we do. By all means.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. We have massflex.com.ph. If you go visit that website, they sell fantastic cookware. Make sure to put in static freebies as the promo code or on the notes when you're checking out. And by doing so, you're going to get a lot of free stuff, care of us. And I guarantee you that their cookware is top tier.
All right. So before anything else, before we start with the rundown, later on in the program, we've got two very special guests. If you've already seen the poster, then you know that these two individuals who are joining us are amazing. And so we're really honored to have them on the show with us later on. We're going to have Sho Suzuki and Inka Magnaye. If these are not household names yet, I don't know what would be. They should be. Damn it. No, Sho is actually a voice talent, a host on TV, and he's a live events host as well. And in a matter of like 4 months, he was able to amass like a million followers on his TikTok channel.
That's insane.
And Inka was also quite viral. She has almost 800,000 followers on TikTok, and that's just one of the social media channels that they have a lot of other followers on Instagram as well, and
I think a lot
Inka has his So we want to know, what their secret is. How did they get such a huge following in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, and what's their secret sauce?
Yes. And what happens from here on out? That's the big question on our heads. Are we looking at endorsements? Are we looking at movies? Maybe.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Games based on their lives. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think so, bro. I don't. Well, I mean, maybe not. Stepping stones. Well, who knows? Maybe that's where it's headed. But anyway. First things first, let's talk about our show and how we can improve it. And I know one way we can improve it. We can start talking about our weekly rundown. What say you?
Yeah. Right. Sorry, we kind of went on a tangent. Hello to late night darlings. Thank you for tuning in.
All right. So first thing we want to talk about today is Mission Impossible 7 has started filming in Europe. And there's an incredible shot right now of where they're shooting, and come take a look at this. Beautiful mountain ranges, and they're creating this whole scaffolding where I believe Tom Cruise is supposed to ride a motorcycle, leap off this gorge or whatever else like Evel Knievel, and that's basically that's how they're starting shooting by doing this stuff.
I don't know, man. 2020's been like really bad lately. I don't want to be the harbinger of like ominous portents, but I mean, this looks really dangerous, and I just hope he comes out of it unscathed.
I know.
I don't know. I really don't know if I can handle another celebrity death. Oh my God, that is nuts. What is this supposed to be? I mean, who the hell builds this kind of ramp anywhere?
Well, I personally,
mountains of all places. Jeez.
I mean, I know I love the Mission Impossible franchise. Ever since the first film came out,
Yeah.
I've always been down for it. And especially in recent years, the updates that he's done with it and just the way he's produced it, and it's really been awesome for me. Like I look forward to every Mission Impossible. It's a throwback to the classic style action movies. Before that was all about superheroes. It was all about action movies like this.
Right.
And big name stars to kind of drive it. And you know what? I love Tom Cruise. He's super charismatic. I love the way he handles himself. He's probably not a great husband, but I don't care. I'm not trying to marry the guy.
That's how he laughs, right?
Yeah.
And then he jumps on the. Anyway, I can't do that here. You'll all see my tummy.
But yeah, like
there's a reason why this is angled this way. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, like I love the movies, and he does all of his own stunts. And the dude is like, how old is the guy? Is he like 60 years old already, or he's getting close? And he's
got to be in
all
his 50s. I mean, but he doesn't look a day over. I don't know. Whatever his age is.
Yeah, but I mean, he gets a lot of flack. He gets a lot of criticism because apparently, like, when a lot of stunt people, they can kind of complain, and production people can complain because he doesn't leave it to the professionals. Because when a stunt person gets injured, then you can just bring another stunt person in, and it doesn't really affect your scheduling, your timetables for your production. Whereas when Tom Cruise goes down, the whole production has to stop. And the big problem with that is that you have all of these people in like effects, in makeup, and wardrobe, and they have a particular period of time in which they're committed to the project. And if they all of a sudden have to run overtime and run into a different movie that they committed to later on, or they might have to say, oh, I'm sorry, we committed to this movie that was supposed to be next, but since Tom Cruise got injured and we have to extend here, we have to say no to that work. And so a lot of people in the industry are really annoyed by that choice. Even if he can do it, they're saying he shouldn't, because it messes everybody else up,
Disney actually, I don't know if you can find like any visual references on this, but they invented like these robots that could do the stunts for you. And this was a project under Mythbuster, Grant Imahara, who just passed away as well very recently. And I mean, this is how stunts should be made, without the risk of endangering the actual actor and yeah.
I mean, there's special effects.
It's a really good alternative.
You really don't need to go through all of that. I mean, granted, it's an art form to do it, to be able to do your own stunts, and there is something to be said about it. But you can digitize your face onto another dude already. Like, it's fine. And for me, I would rather see more Tom Cruise movies than not. So if he can get some longevity, he doesn't like blow his knees out and he can never run again, it's fine. Just have someone else do it. I just want to see more Tom Cruise.
I mean, there is a thrill to the realism of a stunt. I mean, that it can't not necessarily be captured by CGI. But,
right. And fight
there's
scenes,
a certain thrill like there, but I don't know. I mean, he's proven himself enough, right? So
yeah,
6 Mission Impossible movies doing stunts all on his own. I think we can give him a break for the 7th. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
okay,
actually, I hear he's doing the 7th and 8th back to back. So, he's no slouch. That guy, no slouch.
Yeah, let's just hope that he follows all safety precautions, unlike this show.
Yes, we're a dangerous show.
Yeah.
But yeah, moving on. Our next topic on the rundown is, of course, Mulan. Did you get to catch this movie? It was released on Disney Plus the other day. A lot of people have been talking about it. Very polarizing right now. But what do you think about it?
You know what? I haven't seen it yet. I've read a few reviews on Facebook. People giving their 2 cents about the movie. For the most part, the reviews have been pretty positive. I think it's only the social justice warriors that have been adamant about it being a Chinese film and and how the stars are supporting the whole Hong Kong thing.
Yeah,
I,
the whole issue with the star. I forget the name of who plays Mulan exactly, but apparently she's a big proponent of the Hong Kong police and the way that they've been treating the Hong Kong citizens there, and
mm-hmm.
they're going through a lot of stuff right now. I personally have friends who were born and raised in Hong Kong, and I worry for them because they seem to be in a very difficult position.
So I take it some of the stars of the movie are for China rather than Hong Kong. Is that how it's working out?
It seems so, and it looks like, because there's a lot of mainland Chinese superstars in that production, as well as Chinese American stars as well. And like it's fine. I think if you have strong political views, then yeah, I understand why you would want to boycott it or something, or if you feel like it's just you don't want to support that. But outside of all of that, the film, it's fine. It's good. I personally thought it was a good film. It had a different take. It focused on different things, and I wasn't bored. My children liked it. I watched it with my daughters, and they really enjoyed it. And I think it's I do think that, like, maybe you don't really get your money's worth if you're buying it off of Disney Plus.
I hear it was $30, right?
And it's additional $30, and you're not really getting a theater experience because your experience is only relegated to whatever your system is at home. So, there's something lacking to having to pay that kind of premium, and you probably just end up waiting. But having said that, we live in I was talking to you about this earlier. Like, things don't have to be mutually exclusive. Like, the movie can be good and there can be issues at the same time that have nothing to do with the movie, but you don't have to necessarily bleed everything together and say, okay, it's this whole controversy over China and all this stuff really affects the quality of the film. It shouldn't. The film is the film, and that's that. You know what I mean? Like,
I totally understand. I mean, your opinion shouldn't be colored by whatever the political situation is, and the movie should stand on its own merits and everything.
Yeah.
But my one big complaint is simply it doesn't have Mushu. Damn it! If maybe I would have probably paid $20 for it, okay, because it didn't have Mushu. But $30, I've got there's a line that I will not cross. Sorry. Vince says Mulan was okay. It was flawed, but still entertaining. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, it truly was entertaining.
Is it something that you would plunk $30 down for?
No. I don't think any.
Is it something you would download via torrent?
Yes.
Sold.
Yes, that is true. Yes, I would do something like that.
Yes, Ina Manansala says, yes, I wanted Mushu. And I hear they also cut out or didn't include certain scenes that were quite pivotal to the movie, especially the part where she transforms from young country girl to Chinese warrior. It was a very muted scene that didn't show her cutting her hair off and everything, all the drama of that moment. And it was basically just like a crossfade between her in her Chinese garb, and I don't know, I haven't seen this, but it's from that to her in a warrior's outfit, in a warrior costume.
Well, yeah,
Or armor.
yeah. I mean, it's. There's only so much. I mean, it is a live action remake, and there's really only certain things you can get away with. In
And
a
no
live
music, no music from the original movie.
Well, there were some hints, like you could hear instrumentals, but I mean,
Just homages, basically.
yeah. But I mean, it was kind of. I don't know how fantastical you want to make it. I'm okay with their choices. I mean, I have the original Mulan to always fall back on, and I think I won't ever need, like, I don't want to have the new one replace it. And that's what I liked about this is not replacing anything. It's not a frame by frame thing
like the Lion King was.
It's its own thing. It's its own new thing. There's no cricket. You're right. No cricket. But
no Mushu, no cricket.
But
no,
they're
worth $30 according to Vince.
But there were definitely fantastical elements. There were new characters that were more expounded upon, and I found that it worked, like as a narrative structure and how everything works together. There's a conflict within the main character that's kind of brought on by a character that's not in the original, not entirely in that same way. People who've seen it already know what I'm talking about. But
it was basically a spiritual prequel to Crazy Rich Asians, right?
Right.
Was that how it was set up? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Yes, the spiritual prequel to. Yeah. Well, you know what? It was actually cool, though. I have to say, there were so many interesting stars. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people out there follow Asian Americans in Western cinema, but there was a really nice roll call of people. There was definitely some guys in there from the Joy Luck Club, which is one of my favorite movies of the time, which was a really great Asian American women, a film about Asian American women and their struggles, and that's such a well done movie, and you see a lot of the same characters in there. Ming-Na Wen.
Cast of Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah,
any of them showed up?
I guarantee.
Did she have a short cameo?
I hope not. And if I missed her, yeah, that's a good thing. But
yes, Ming-Na Wen. Talk about Ming-Na Wen. She was my childhood crush.
Yeah, Ming-Na Wen was in there, and actually, awesome kung fu guys like Donnie Yen, which is like, dude, Donnie Yen is
of course
amazing. Yeah. And actually, after I watched the entire movie, I was going through the credits, and they were like, "Oh, Jet Li's."
Is this a spoiler? Because is this a spoiler? Because I haven't seen it yet.
It's common knowledge, but
okay,
Jet Li is the emperor in this film, and I was like, "Okay, whoa!" I totally he looks a little different. He's aged a little bit, but I was like,
heard from him in ages. I mean, not like personally. I mean, just I
haven't
seen any of his movies in a while. It's like, yeah, hey, Jet Li here. I was like, long time no see, pare. No, not like that. But so yeah, Jet Li's back.
Yeah, so Jet Li's back, and here's what he looks like in the film. There he is, in his stash and beard, and
what happened to his Asian genes? How he's gotten old? That does not look like him at all. Maybe it's the facial hair.
Yeah, and I don't know if there's any kind of prosthetics in there as well, but he really was cool. And you know what? Like in the original Mulan, wasn't the Emperor a little bit? Was he also a little bit kind of like dorky? Was he a little dorky, or am I thinking Aladdin? But he was very respectable,
right?
Emperor here, and I thought, it was pretty cool,
cool.
Yeah, I really liked
wow.
I really liked him in the film, and also another guy from Asian American cinema that I really enjoyed seeing again was Jason Scott Lee, and
who played
Bruce Lee in Dragon.
Right.
In that, like that film, and I loved him in Dragon. He was so good, and he captured. He's not spot on like looking like Bruce Lee in that film, but he really captured the essence and the spirit of him. He's not nearly the martial artist Bruce Lee was either, but not bad. And I really thought that was like a really good portrayal by him. And I found it so cool because in my head I'm like, whoa, Bruce Lee's about to meet up with Donnie Yen, and then Jet Li's in the castle. Man, can they do like a whole like kung fu thing and whatever? And I was like, but
that didn't happen.
Didn't quite happen that way, but just to have them in the same movie is pretty dope.
Cool. Yeah. Speaking of Ming-Na Wen, she was my all-time crush back in the day. I remember watching Street Fighter 2. Was that her? That wasn't her first. Was that her first movie? Was her? I know she had come from like TV, and then she made the jump to film, and that was, I think, one of her first full-length films, and I mean the movie was terrible. The movie was absolutely horrible, but it starred Ming-Na Wen, and I, she played Chun-Li, who I had the ultimate crush on back when I was in my adolescence, right? I was about 14 years old, and oh man, that girl, she's still rocking it after so many how long has it been?
She's pretty, man. She's been
in her 50s now or something.
She's got to be in her 50s. I actually, fun fact, I used to live in Los Angeles, and I was working at my local Best Buy. And she asked me about some televisions I was selling one time.
You met Ming-Na Wen
as an employee at Best Buy. Yeah. So she came up and she had some basic questions about some TVs. I'm like, yeah. So
wow.
I explained it to her. She's nice enough, but it was just it's a fleeting encounter. But it's definitely a memorable one nonetheless because I knew who she was.
Did you recommend a good TV? At the very least?
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
That's awesome. Wow.
And not just Ming-Na Wen. I actually met Bruce Lee also. I'm sorry, Bruce Lee. I'm not that old. I met Jet Li. I met Jet Li a long time. I met Jet Li when I was at Comic-Con, actually.
Yeah, Vince says Ming-Na Wen was also the original Mulan voice. Right.
Yes,
the voice actress.
That's right.
That's right. Oh, was Lea Salonga in the movie?
Yes, of course. She was the same voice of Mulan.
No, I mean of this new Mulan.
Oh, no, I didn't see her in there. I just saw Ming-Na Wen do a little cameo. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Say what's up to Jamie Wilson. What's up, man? Roll.
Hey, buddy boy, thanks for tuning in.
So when I got to tell the story real quick of when I met Jet Li at Comic-Con, because this was LA Comic-Con. This was probably the year it was like 2000. Okay, and this was the year that Romeo Must Die just came out with Aaliyah.
Yeah, and
a lot of the choreography in that film was ripped straight from I think Fist of Legend or something, but when I met Jet Li, I was kind of an aspiring actor in LA, and I was an Asian actor also, and I was really curious. I wanted to get his perspective, so I wanted to ask him a good, legitimate question about what are my chances of trying to be an actor in Hollywood, being Asian the way I am, and who better to ask than him, right? So I was lucky enough.
He sparred with you.
No,
that would have been epic. Come here.
I would have died.
Let me test you.
But at that, so I was actually lucky enough to be chosen to actually ask him a question. And I was the last person to ask him a question. And it was so silly. All the questions that he was getting prior were like, when are you going to do a movie with Jackie Chan? Do you like me? Can you be my boyfriend? These were these were the questions that they were giving. So I was like, so when they got to my turn and he was like, I asked him, so Mr. Lee, hi, welcome to the States. As an Asian American trying to be an actor in this business, do you think it's important for Asians to have, to know martial arts? Do you think it's a prerequisite to becoming a star? in this industry, or do
Because
you
that's a
feel
stereotype, yeah.
or do you feel like we can get ahead on our acting alone? Would that be enough?
That's a good question.
It really threw him. It really threw him for a loop, and he wasn't expecting a question like that. And then he was basically like, He goes, well, I think it is important to have a special skill, which was actually true. That's true.
Right.
Whether that special skill be acting, whether that special skill be martial arts, you got to stand out somehow, right? So
That's true.
So it's like, okay, fair enough. So whatever the case may be, is probably good advice nonetheless.
Which is why you took up juggling. I'm kidding.
I did, and didn't work out, but I'm still working on the craft.
Right. Okay. So what else do we got besides Mulan on the rundown?
All right, we've been watching this show recently on Netflix. It came out a couple weeks ago. It's called High Score, and it's about the history of video games and not so often talked about stories regarding video games. And yeah, it's quite an eye-opening thing, right?
I know. I love how they went with like side stories instead of the main storyline that pretty much everybody already knows about. I mean, if you're a big video game fan, you gobble up these stories like, morning, like breakfast in the morning. But this particular series, this documentary series, shed light on other unknown heroes of the day. And it's really cool. So High Score, yeah. If you're a big fan of video games and the culture that surrounds it, definitely take a gander. Watch High Score. You'll be able to sit through it in maybe like 6 hours. It's only 6 episodes, if I'm not mistaken. Was it?
Yeah, it's about 6 episodes for the first season so far, and and it just took me back. It really, like, I remember a lot of those ads for the original Nintendo.
So do I, yeah.
Like I was living in the States at the time. I was totally going to the arcades when Street Fighter came out. I remember the Street Fighter that was closest to my house was in a video store, like a video rental store, and that's where everybody would congregate to play Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition, and I lost so many quarters to that game, and and it was just it was when you're finally like figuring out what are the special moves, how do you do the Hadouken and stuff, like those were just epic moments, and just everything, like just the feeling of getting the Nintendo for the first time, popping the cartridge in, just remembering the original design, all that stuff was just so cool. And I remember
just really tugging on the heartstrings of nostalgia.
Yeah, and I remember playing Duck Hunt. I remember getting they even had this Olympic Games game, and they had like this trackpad, and you had
the track and field.
The track and field, and you were jumping up and down, like you left, right, and then you would hit both at the same time with your feet, and that's when you would jump the hurdle or whatever it was.
Right.
And it was just so neat to relive it, and just to hear about all of the unknown stories of these people,
like Kirby. What's his name? The
Kirby from Nintendo. The character Kirby was based off of
round thing,
off of the lawyer of Nintendo, because Nintendo was getting sued by Universal for the use of the name Donkey Kong. It was too similar to King Kong. So they were basically suing the pants off of them. And if they lost that case, video game history
would have been the end.
So different. Yeah. And in honor of
the end of Nintendo in the US at the very least.
In the world at the time.
Correct.
And if this lawyer didn't pull through for them, it would have been so different. And Nintendo named a character off of the lawyer that basically helped them. So I thought that was
no resemblance though to the actual lawyer.
Actually, kind of pink and pudgy was the look. And,
okay, maybe.
Yeah, sure.
Not meant to be an insult though, because I mean, it was simply an homage. Right.
And that guy passed away recently, like a few months ago. I think, I think before the pandemic, naman. But
Right.
yeah, but there's so many interesting stories, not just on high score too. Like, did you hear about the story of the inventor of Tetris, Alexei
I don't know.
something?
He's a Petrov or something like that.
Petrov, yeah, something like that. And he's on, like, you see his name every time you see a Tetris game when you play it, and his name is
Right.
already there.
Dun, dun,
But
dun, dun, dun,
but
dun, dun.
as it turns out, that guy worked for communist Russia, and he built the game under, like, apparently there was a computer department under communist Russia. So everything that he created became the property of the Russians. So they started licensing his game out, and they even used it for the tournament, for Nintendo's tournament, and all of these things back in the day. And it turns out that guy, for years, never made a penny off of his creation. For years.
Wait, this isn't in the
not in high
documentary,
score.
right?
No,
Yeah, this is not in high score.
This is
Okay, this is new news to me.
Oh, you haven't heard this news? Okay,
I didn't hear. No, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That's insane.
So he felt bad, and he was stuck because he couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything about it. So the guy from Nintendo, who he befriended, because he had to work in conjunction with this guy from Nintendo, and the guy from Nintendo helped him to get out of Russia and come to the United States. And he was the one who helped kind of extract him out of the situation. And only like 20 years after he created Tetris, 25 years maybe, was the only time he was able to kind of come here to the States, get paid finally, reap the benefits of his creation. Think about that. The guy created probably one of the greatest games of all time, and never made a penny, while Nintendo and all these other companies were just raking it in from his own invention. It was just
that was the only game that my mom ever played. She spent late nights playing that game, and
my dad too.
She
my
used to get
dad
angry.
loved that game.
She used to get angry at me for playing all night, and then one night I walked into her room and she's there in front of the TV. It's like, aha, gotcha.
My dad,
like, hypocrite.
My dad Naman was so involved. He's like, oh, I'm doing level 9-5, like the fastest. And then with the thing, and he would always be like, it was all about the high score. He's like, oh, I got 4 Tetrises on level 9-5. Can you beat that? He would talk crap, and it was fun. It was fun to go against him, for sure.
Okay, cool, man. Yeah, if you want to take a trip down memory lane and feel really old, do catch Netflix High Score. Great documentary series. Hope we have a season 2 sometime soon.
Yeah,
I'd love to hear all these other stories that we weren't privy to.
Yeah, they covered quite a lot of material. They covered RPGs, they covered Street Fighter, they covered Doom. So it was really quite the walk down memory lane.
Right.
Anyway,
okay, what do we have?
Water.
We've got like 15 minutes to talk about everything else, because at about 9:30 we're going to be interviewing our 2 main special guests for tonight. So what else do we have?
We've got, of course, the announcement of the Xbox Series X.
Series S. So this was just announced earlier. You know what? It wasn't actually announced. This was leaked. And a guy named Brad Sams, who runs this Microsoft channel, leaning channel, he broke the news. And Microsoft has still been pretty tight-lipped about it, but he has video evidence. Okay, this is official stuff apparently. And let's take a look at what the Xbox Series S looks like. It's been kept under like.
Is that it?
Where? Hold on. It's not quite loading just yet. There you go. The Xbox. No, wait. Hold on.
Wait, that's not
the Xbox Series.
Like a subwoofer?
Wrong picture. Just maybe cycle to the right. I don't know.
Oh,
that's not it either.
That looks like a PA speaker.
Yes. No. There you go. Xbox. No, that's not it.
That's a turntable. That's a turntable.
Right.
Oh, that's like
there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Xbox
no,
Series.
that's an air humidifier of some sort, I think. Yeah,
Possibly. Yeah.
awesome.
What's
And
wrong with your Google?
I don't know.
This is, this looks more like the PS5
That's
to tell you the
yeah,
truth.
that's a PS5 by Honeywell.
Which also looks like a router. Everybody makes the same joke about that.
Some extra knobs on top. Okay.
All right.
No,
There we go. This is what it
not
looks
it.
like.
No, that's not it either. That's
Not quite it, but same form factor.
right. Same that one too.
Yeah, it's pretty much the
Nope.
same thing.
That's no.
Close enough.
Nope.
There is this it? Yes.
Nope.
No.
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 No. No.
What is that? It's a box fan.
Okay.
That's not it either. That's just the same thing, but at an angle. Just cycle through. There we go.
There. We got to it, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
The Xbox.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Xbox Series S at $299.
Yeah,
That's a steal.
We weren't too far off. So what do we know about this this console right now?
Okay, in terms of teraflops, it is capable of about 4 teraflops of compute. That's how they
Speak English, man.
measure the power of consoles nowadays. Like the original Xbox One S is about a teraflop of power, but you can't really compare this generation to the previous one because it's a different architecture altogether.
And compare the last generation's floppies to this generation's floppies. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, the flops are a different breed altogether for the next generation.
The constitution of a flop changes as you move to a different generation, I suppose.
Right. Okay. So this is a much more powerful console than the flops, the T flops suggest. It may be just before, but it's meant to be a 1080p console, meaning that you play games at that resolution. So I mean, a lot of TVs are 4K, but there's still a whole swath of people who still just have 1080p TVs, right, and haven't upgraded. And so this is for the mass market, and that's why it comes in at $300, which by anyone's standards, especially during this time of COVID where people really don't have a lot of money to spare, that is a really good deal. That is a very compelling price point. So this is starting to look really appealing to me.
Well, I like that that's the price point.
Just not sure about the
design
though. It's
odd. Yeah, it does look a bit strange, but at the same time, like I guess I do get the value proposition of a cheaper console. However, how do you think this really measures up against like let's say the Switch or even like the new Switch Pro that they've been rumoring for a couple of weeks now? Well, okay. I mean, I would imagine it would be around the same price, but then you get portability. You'll probably get a very interesting selection of games with a Nintendo versus an Xbox. Their proprietary stuff isn't that interesting in comparison. Plus, how does this affect the next generation of games? Because like the PS4 Pro, for example, and the PS4 games were standardized across everything, but a lot of games couldn't maximize the power of the Pro because they had to think about the game releasing on a smaller system, right? Well, on a less powerful system. Is that going to be an issue with this thing?
I don't know. It's supposed to. Well, at least the little birdies have said that this particular model will be able to do anything that the bigger brother can do, which is the Xbox Series X. It just won't hit those
benchmarks,
those resolutions, right? It just won't hit those resolutions. I'm not sure about the whole ray tracing aspect of it, but I mean, for one thing, game developers, they already create games that scale to different rigs on PC, right? I mean, some people will have graphics cards from like 5 years ago, and they can still run games quite adequately. and the newer ones, of course, can do so much more. But like I said, game developers are already used to having this diversity, just built into their games. And so, we're definitely going to see some pared down graphics for the lower end version, but it's not really going to be a big issue moving forward. So, yeah, I think I think it's a winner in my book. I'm just still really worried about the games. Okay, so that's my, I don't know. If anybody's been following what's been happening to Xbox, they've had to delay their tentpole game, which is Halo, right? The next Halo, Halo Infinite, and I saw the reveal, the Xbox Game Showcase. It didn't happen too long ago, and it was a travesty. It was a appallingly like bad art direction in this day and age. I think the goal was they were trying to harken back to the look of the original games and playing on people's nostalgia, but they did it at the cost of any kind of like real innovation. So I kind of felt betrayed when I first saw it. I understand that it was supposed to be, it was meant to look that way, but they were here they are touting that their system is the most powerful, that the games will look and play the best on their console, and then they show potato graphics, right, on what's supposed to be their system seller. So,
and the PS5 really showed some interesting stuff when it came out, when it had its reveal. And yeah, it's gonna be an interesting comparison, because I also know that the Xbox isn't going to have a VR system that it can connect to. Apparently, at least none has been announced. They said it's not something they plan to support, and that's really more for the PC and for the PS5 to take on. But I'm a big believer. I really like VR, and the state of VR these days. Like, some of the games are really incredible, and I think now also with everybody's inability to see the world, a virtual knockoff ain't such a bad idea. You know what I mean? And I'll take that. I'll take it. So,
and I hear they're really going to innovate with the new PSVR. So, I mean, there have been leaks that it'll be able to read your face, and so when you speak, your avatar or your character or whatever on screen will do the same. It'll be able to read your eyes and see which direction it's going, and all those whiz bang features that we're all crossing our fingers for, and so it's very promising. And I don't know, but Xbox is still pretty compelling. I mean, they have Game Pass, they have all these other services, all these other features. You'll be able to play Xbox games on pretty much any device except Apple. So stupid. Yeah, that's another thing I'd like to talk about. I know we're going off on a tangent here, but everybody's up in arms about Apple right now because of the whole Fortnite deal and with well, what was that again? What's the name of Epic
Games, and the fact that they were trying to create their own store and ways for them to bypass the Apple merchant store or whatever it was, and I know Samsung was like, that's fine, use our store.
No, and now more companies are joining the fight against Apple, which it makes me think Apple really should change their logo to reflect how much of a bite they're actually taking from developers, because it's just like one little bite. Maybe they should have because it's like 30%, right? So maybe just a little bit bigger. That's how the new Apple logo should look, with a bigger bite. Anyway,
even bigger than the PS5 and Xbox right now, as far as power is concerned, is we were talking about this before, the NVIDIA 30 series, and this is where it's at. Like, for the ultra premium
PC master race,
they something to make them continue to believe that they are the master race. Yeah, NVIDIA 30 series is the new benchmark, it seems. I mean, I have a 2080 on mine. I was pretty proud of it before, but now not so much.
until this was revealed to be almost twice as powerful as, and this is unprecedented. There's never been a generational leap this huge in the history of graphics cards.
Well,
usually
like 2004 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, usually it's about like 30% more powerful, more FPS. But NVIDIA did something different this time, and they decided, let's make it twice as powerful. Let's 100% more power. And when this was revealed, everybody just lost their minds. Although, the hype for that has sort of dissipated just a little bit, because it was proven to show that this is not necessarily marginally better than the previous set of cards. We're talking about this. Okay, so NVIDIA actually did a half step from the 2080 series, from the 20 series to the 20 Super series, right? Mm-hmm. And so this 30 series is a good maybe 50 to 60% bump, which is still quite significant. So by anyone's standards, it's still a big jump. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about all the systems that are coming out, but this one has me frothing in the mouth. Are
you gonna spend that?
Am I gonna spend?
No, I mean
no. I'm just gonna slobber all over the pictures. That's what I'm gonna do. I don't think anybody has. Well, you know what? The great thing about it is the price that it's coming at is bonkers. It's the same price as the 2080 series, right? But twice as powerful. I'm sure it's made you feel kind of gypped a little bit. I can imagine.
Not too bad. I mean, I bought my computer, I don't know, like 8 months ago, or maybe longer than that. And I guess it's okay.
It served its purpose.
It served its purpose. I never thought that, I was gonna, I knew that technology was gonna bypass me at some point, and I wasn't gonna. And I said, it's fine as long as it plays what I need it to play, and it does what I need, editing wise, and what all the other stuff that computers are supposed to do for you. As long as it can handle all that
Solitaire.
stuff. Microsoft Flight Simulator, things like that. I mean, we're good. I'm fine with it. So yeah, I'm not too butthurt or anything like that. I'm gonna get a new console anyway, and that'll probably tide me over for a while, and I'll probably upgrade my computer in like 6 years anyway. So I'm
glad I skipped out on the last generation, the 20 series. If things work out for me, then I might just plunk some hard-earned cash
it's fine
for a new computer, because my PC actually got destroyed at the beginning of this lockdown, which was just heartbreaking.
And you weren't able to salvage even pieces of it. It wasn't.
It was a pre-built, and from Corsair.
Okay. Yeah.
Watch out for those things, man. Pre-builts. They're time bombs. They're ticking time bombs. I'm never gonna buy a pre-built again, ever.
Well, it depends. Like I have a pre-built, but it's it's swappable. I can upgrade the components, but yeah, you have to take that into consideration.
Yes. Never again. Corsair, if you don't freaking sponsor us someday. Yeah, I'm just gonna be mad. I'm just gonna be bitter. Anyway,
all right. So
what else do we have? Is that it?
We have a few topics to cover. A couple more topics. We have Philip, whatever you want to call that.
Philippinks, hashtag. Right. Okay. So let's just do this quickly, because I believe we have Inka Magnaye waiting at the wings.
Oh, well, maybe she can
she could chime in about this.
Yeah, let's all put our 2 cents in on this. What say you? It's 9:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So it's about that time. So all right, let's welcome to the program our very, very good friend, Inka Magnaye. Hey, Inka.
Hi,
Yee!
guys.
Hey, Inka! Ooh, you've got a
What's
broadcaster mic from Rode. Is that what you're sporting right now? I love it.
That's nice. Still
Very
waiting for my
nice.
mic to get out of customs, but that
Oh,
looks
no.
nice. Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so
Hey,
while
guys,
we're
how are
waiting,
you?
very awesome. Thank you so much for joining us.
course.
Show is supposed to be coming in any time now. So while we're waiting for him,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think. Oh, okay. We got Thanya here saying hello, Inka. Hi.
Hi, Thanya.
Greetings and salutations.
Greetings.
So while we're waiting for show, yeah, why don't
Yeah.
you chime in on this whole issue of the hashtag Philippine X? This was I don't know if you saw this like earlier this week or a few days ago. There was a
Yeah.
recent new entry in dictionary.com, and it's caused
Right.
quite a stir in our
Yeah.
home country of the Philippines. Its addition to the common vernacular has been mostly met with confusion and mockery.
Yeah. I
Right.
posted about this on Twitter because Twitter is, it's so full of
It's a toxic
opinions.
platform. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm
It's
so scared to go on Twitter.
Ooh, yeah, it's scary. It's kind of shark infested waters. You got to be careful. So yeah, I posted about it, knowing that it would get reactions. But what I said
Some
was
backlash, maybe.
a little bit. Like some people are like, "Oh my god," but what I said was, I said I'm genuinely curious why the uproar. Like I was asking, like, why are you so annoyed about the word Filipinx? And people are like, because it sounds like penis. And I'm like, that's
fair
it.
point.
God, it's a fair point.
Yeah, but
You know
like,
what? Come to think of it, if we're going with like gender neutrality and everything, let's just name the citizens of this country by whatever they have in between their legs, right? So you have Filipinas or Filipepe or something. I don't know. That would have been a better.
Filipina? Is that a
defeats the
thing?
purpose.
Is that? let's
So
include it in dictionary.com.
So in my quest to find out why people are so annoyed, I learned that it's mostly because of the Filipinos who don't live in the Philippines, like who grew up in the States and things like
Right.
that. Because the example that I really know is because I can only say what I know, right? I don't know everything about this topic, so I only say what I know. Instead of Latino and Latina, there's Latinx,
X,
right?
yeah,
You guys have seen
right.
that one.
Uh-huh.
And that's what they use to kind of be more inclusive, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes a person is born a man, but they identify as a woman, or vice versa. So instead of saying Latino or Latina, they just say Latinx. And in the same way that they want to do that for Filipinos.
They wanted to join the bandwagon
Yeah, they wanted to do that for Filipinos in
in the States. Yeah.
in the States. It's because we don't
Right.
really have that here so much. Because again,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm from the States. I grew up in the States, and it
Yeah.
still doesn't make sense to me. I mean, maybe I've been far removed
Yeah.
from it or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
uh,
Well, maybe
I
it
do
doesn't
like
make sense to
Momster.
you.
Momster is good. That's
Yeah.
inclusive.
Maybe it doesn't make sense to you because it doesn't apply to you. Like it doesn't make sense to me either because I don't I identify as the gender that I was born with.
But doesn't it create segregation though between like the Filipinos in the U.S. and the Filipinos here?
I don't know. I think it just creates segregation if you have like a really big problem with it, which I don't know why people even do. Like, because Filipino is already like a gender neutral. Like, yeah, I know that. Like, you don't have to yell at me.
Exactly. It
You know,
is.
like-
There really is
Yeah.
no reason to. I mean, like just look at the words that we use. Our language doesn't carry the same gender sensitivity baggage, as
Correct.
other language. We don't have a he or a she or a
Yeah.
him or a her. It's just sha, right?
Sha. But what I
Right.
also
And look at-
understood was in
You
the
know,
States, what do you call this? What I also understood was in the States, they also, like, they're Filipinos, yes, but they also already developed their own culture there, Filipino Americans. So we can't apply what we have here as a culture growing up here in the Philippines or living here in the Philippines to their experiences because it's completely different.
I guess,
So
but I'm
are we
also
good?
speaking for as an American, also a Filipino
Yeah.
American, and for me, it also seems a bit. And maybe I'm a little bit of an older Filipino American with older sensibilities, but yeah, I mean, I think like okay, I look at it from a perspective of, like you look at the French language. Everything has a
Yeah.
gender in that language. A table, a chair, or whatever
Spanish
else.
too. Yeah.
Spanish is like this. A lot of languages, I think, are like this.
Latin based, yeah.
Do we have to make like a whole inclusive version of the language just so there's no gender, I guess, slants one way or the other now?
Yeah.
And where does it end? And it's
Well,
almost like I'm just worried about, because no one was, when you say the word Filipino, I never put any non-inclusive meaning. I don't think anybody had any non-inclusive meaning.
yeah.
It seemed like people were reaching to find that it was not inclusive.
Mm-mm.
and
Yeah.
and it's, I mean, like, for example, I'm a straight male Filipino. I think it covers it. I don't mind saying straight male before I say Filipino if you need to know more information about the type of Filipino I am.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if you're not, let's say you're a transgender or whatever, we are Filipinos. We are
Collectively,
all
that's the
collectively
yeah.
Filipinos. And if there are distinctions, that add a word. You know
Add
what
a
I mean?
descriptor.
Yeah.
Right. Add a
Yeah.
descriptor. I guess
Yeah.
that's where it's like, it just seems like there's been a lot of oversensitivity
Yeah.
lately, and I mean, it's not all of it is. I mean, there's definitely
Some of
people
it
who
is
have the
warranted, I
right
guess.
to feel,
Yeah.
people are warranted.
Yeah.
They have the right to feel the way they do. But I think when there's not something there necessarily, and you have to put something there, then
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know if we're erring a little too far on one side sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my
Yeah.
old man
No, it's
perspective
cool.
of the matter.
And I get it. And I get it. Like there is a lot of oversensitivity on both sides. Like I don't know why people have to get so aggressive if they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like you,
Yeah.
Don, you don't quite understand where it's coming from. So you're just like, I don't agree with that. But you're not like, I don't. And
Yeah. I'm not
throwing
mad.
like all caps
like-
every. You're like, you suck. Okay, relax. All right, just can you? It's a word.
Okay, so
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'm not going to be the type to be like,
know, Yeah.
oh,
and
no.
as reactive as
it's
maybe
it's okay to disagree. You're not
Yeah.
saying that people don't deserve to be included. You're just saying you don't think the word is necessary. So that's the
Right.
reason why you agree. So it's like, people can have differing opinions. You don't have to be like, blah about it, like a lot of people are getting. And also, earlier, to go back to your question, like, where does it end? In terms of language, we learned that the evolution of languages never ends. It always
True.
changes, right? So I think
Right.
this is just part of that. Like, as an example, somebody
Irregardless of what I may think.
irregardless.
it's simply I think how people feel when they're resisting change, right? Hey,
Yeah.
Justin's tuned in as
Hi,
well. There's
Jess.
always that
Justin.
onset of oh, I don't like this. It's different.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think that's just the natural knee-jerk reaction that a lot of people have.
Yeah.
I think somewhere down the line, if Philippine, I can't even say it, Philippinex, Pinkies, Pinksy.
Pinksies?
I think that's the shorter version of it. If that does get absorbed into our local vernacular, then hey, that's how languages evolve. It's just I do find it a little strange because I mean, okay, so like we mentioned a while ago, the term was created out of the need to acknowledge, right? The gender neutral Phil-Am community.
So
Phil-Am. Why
it's
can't
like
they
the
just say
Phil-Am
Phil-Am?
version of Mumsir.
Of Mumsir. Yeah, you just put
Right.
yeah. Diba? That's how we address men and women individually. Mumsir. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you're a girl or a guy. You're
just choose.
Mumsir.
I heard SM security guards are now going to say Mumsarex.
Mumsir. So, no, but apparently it was also designed. It was also created as a way to decolonize the colonized identity. In other words, it was a response to the threat of cultural imperialism. But the thing is, Filipino. The word Filipino was a revolutionary term to begin with. It was meant to, like, if you know your history, it was created. It was like born out of, and this is an excerpt from, I forget who, like she might have been a historian, but it was born out of a nationalized unity to fight against a common oppressor. Okay, before the Spanish colonization, you were either Cebuano, Pampanggenyo, Ilocano, Ita, Manobo, Igorot. Okay, so Filipinos were people living among a cluster of 7,000 islands with unique dialects, cultures, and experiences. And so it was really, they created the word Filipinos as a way to unify,
The nation.
all of the different people who lived in this country.
Yeah.
And
However,
so,
it was still the country's name is still named after a king,
A Spanish
From-
king.
right.
Spanish king that nobody wanted it. We should probably change the name of the country to something. Sir X. That's the name of the country now. Yeah,
Mumsir.
I've made the change. I think it works.
Let's just name the
No, but
country
yeah.
SM. Para tapos na.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
they might as well.
the only I'm okay with people calling themselves whatever they want. It's totally fine. So yeah, it's just I do find it strange. I just do find it strange,
Yeah.
how people are applying like Western or American naming schemes to our language, right? Which is
Yeah.
is that cultural misappropriation or appropriation? I don't know. I don't even know.
I think it's just like, again, the culture that changed as Filipino Americans living outside of the Philippines and
Yeah.
in America.
Right.
You just develop kind of your own culture and your own traditions and your own style. I think that's what happened. And it's okay to have discussions like this. This is
Yeah.
like, for example, I am more open to the idea. Dawn isn't, but we're not like at each other's throats. And we're just like, okay,
Yeah.
I see your
Definitely
point. I see
not
your
something
point.
to fight about. My goodness,
Yeah.
like
I agree.
Agreed.
I agree.
Exactly.
It is funny though. I mean, it is something that should spark conversation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like belligerent
Yeah.
discussion, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but yes, it is funny. It is a strange thing.
My
to
favorite
have
thing
to-
was, why are you guys so annoyed at the word? Because it sounds like penis. That's the first reply.
or I
Like,
think some people say
okay.
it sounds like sphinx or something
Which
like
is
that.
cool.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, I said, you know what? I like the word because it has the letter X in it, and then people on Twitter like, "Tch, not all words with X's are cool, Like, why are you so mad at me? Oh my god, can you just relax?
Well,
I
think it bothers me
sensitivities coming from both sides.
just
Yeah.
on a
Go ahead.
vowel deficiency level. I feel like there's a vowel that should be there somewhere, where the
Let's
X
change it to
between-
I.
Yeah, Filipini.
Yeah, that doesn't have a nice ring to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still going for Filipinas and Filipepe. Just that might
Change it to a U. Filipino.
or come up with an entirely new vowel. How about that?
Yeah.
Philip.
No, let's change it to, instead of King Philip, I don't know, another hero
Belief.
maybe.
Belief if you're from Pampanga.
Napux maybe.
Or maybe come up with a I don't know. come up with a name that represents 7,000 different islands.
How crazy would it be though if somebody were to come up with a new name for the Philippines and the government actually like changes it?
Right.
How crazy
Then
would that be?
Ruby says,
Yeah.
maybe we could. There was apparently a petition to rename the Philippines to Maharlika.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I kind of like that.
That's
That's-
we could be Maharlikans or Maharlikeks.
Maharlikans.
Maharlikos
Maharlikans.
or Mahalikeks.
I do like the ring of Maharlikans.
Yeah.
I do. That does sound cool, Maharlikans.
I'm
I can get
I'm
behind
a
that.
Maharlikan woman. Yeah.
Mhm.
If you're a Maharlikan who lives in the States, you're a Maham?
Filmar.
Filmar? No. An Harlequin?
Sorry. Wala pala yung Phil.
Yeah. Wala na.
Maram.
Marlikan?
American.
A Marlikan. Are you a Philam? No, I'm a Marlikan.
Marlikan.
Are you an American? No, I'm a Marlikan.
I'm a Marlikan.
Okay.
Maharl-American.
Okay, so we're still waiting for. I don't know what happened to the show. He's been. Oh, hello to Tiki Soka Briones. Oh, there we go. Show is in the house.
Hey,
He
there
just
you are.
stepped in. And why am I
Nicey.
fixing my hair? I'm getting ready. I haven't powdered my nose yet.
Show's here.
Show's here.
That's for me.
Show.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Loud and clear, buddy.
Ang lalim ng pinag-uusapan nyo. Kala ko TikTok lang yung pag-usapan natin ngayon.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
why are they discussing these things right now?
Yeah, we
You
were waiting
jumped
for
in,
you.
you're like,
Mahurligans.
Americans.
Here,
That's
I
us.
missed the last minute. How did you guys get here?
How did we get here?
How did we get to this topic?
We were waiting for you.
We
So
were talking about what was the name again? I can't even remember.
Japanese Korean guy.
We were talking about Filipinx.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and what we thought of it, I thought it was silly, and Inka thought it was not as silly.
I heard
pretty
some
much.
thoughts.
To fight
And
about.
I'm just waiting here by the sidelines, just twiddling my thumbs, waiting for a war to erupt.
Ever so see, Robbie, I noticed that.
Popcorn, just eating popcorn, getting bigger. Anyway, thank you so much to Show and Inka for being here. It's an honor to have you on the show. Sorry,
It's an honor
that
to
sounds
be here,
redundant.
Robbie. Invited by the great Master Robbie.
Shut up! No, not at all, man. No, seriously. We look up to the two of you in so many ways. I mean,
Except now we're looking down, literally.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I mean, you're laying the groundwork for so many voice actors, in Vocal Alliance and the rest of the industry. You're,
oh there.
I mean,
I fixed it.
yeah,
We're looking up to them now.
we're putting you on a pedestal. We're just propping you up with our hands.
Speak to it. Speak to
Yeah.
it. This is new
No,
to
but-
me. I get why you like it so much now, Inka.
Right?
But seriously, in all seriousness, we're so proud of you and what you've
Thank you.
achieved in such a short, in record time. In fact,
Yeah.
like starting with Inka. I mean, it wasn't even just a few months ago when you started trending on like Facebook with your videos, and then all of a sudden you just exploded.
Yeah.
All over TikTok, and it was amazing. Show as well. It's like one day I woke up and he had 1 million followers.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that happened in the span of 4 months.
It was
that
4
right?
months for me. And prior to that, I was actually completely against joining TikTok. Because
I remember.
Our station manager was like, "Oh, you guys have to do this since we're not going to be asking you guys to come into work anymore. You guys have to do more stuff digitally." And then I see TikTok, and the first few videos are literally of shirtless men dancing around. I mean, they look amazing. No hate, but I was like, "There's no way I'm going to be able to pull that off. No one's going to want to watch me take my shirt off or dance." But I was forced into it. I was the last one to join at the station, and the first 2 videos I posted were just of my dog. And then I came across a multilingual video, and I said, "Oh, I could do that. I could just, show off and speak in different languages." But I wanted it to be funnier, so I decided to make a Filipino relatable type of content, wherein the punchline would always be when I speak in Tagalog or Filipino. And the first one I did went viral, and that was kind of a crazy experience because I've never been a social media type of person. And then after that, I came across Inka's profile. It actually took a while for me to find you. But when I did, oh, somebody my age is on here too. And I was so happy. I call myself a TikTok talker kasi. So when I saw Inka's page and I saw her do the VO stuff, I'm like, oh, maybe I can try this too. And that worked out miraculously. So it's all thanks to Inka. I always say this in every interview. I'm living in her shadows. Every time. Oh my God. I'm not even surprised that you're here, Inka. Every time I get asked to interview, your name pops up somewhere, somehow. And it's flattering. But yeah, it is nice to be here in your shadow.
Says
nice
the guy with like 1 million and plus followers. Okay, I'm still at like 700,000,
Well, after tonight, you're going to have 700,000 and maybe 2.
Perfect.
Additional.
Yeah,
because
you're not even following me? What the hell?
That is the kind of leverage that we can give you.
Perfect. And it's the two of you guys that are following.
If you want to catapult your careers to the next level, you've come to the right place. If the level was just like this much higher.
I only agreed to this because I saw that Inka agreed to it too.
Oh.
I was like, oh, okay, if Inka's doing it, then that's fine.
I'm so tempted as well to
said
do it.
no,
to come up with something. I mean, after what you guys have done on TikTok, it's I've resisted for so long. Dawn over here has actually tried it out much. I've only ever made a profile just so that I could follow you guys.
What?
Nice.
True.
So make videos.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
No videos yet.
No videos. No.
Yeah, I just followed you. That's it.
Oh,
But Dawn, what have you done?
Actors
What have I done? I've done a few dance routines with my family, and that's about it. But
nice.
They trended well. They did. I was happy with it. But
Within his family.
we are a little bit older in the sense that we do know social media, of course, but we're just not like we're not the types that understand or hop on to TikTok right away.
You'd be surprised. A lot of people think that TikTok is so full of kids, and it is, but it doesn't mean there are no adults there. Yeah,
sure.
Because there are people of all ages on
80-year-olds
TikTok.
trending.
Yeah.
Yung yaya ko, may yaya TikToks. We opened the door one time and she was like dancing in front of her. Ma'am, sir, sorry po. Natitiktok lang po ako.
No, Inka, have you noticed there are a lot of really talented voice actors from the States that are on it now?
Oh,
And I've seen you do a couple of challenges too. Right. So it's so cool to watch them work. I mean, it's a different level for me, obviously, because voice acting isn't something I do a lot, but damn, they're so good.
But
and they're
I
all
love the duet that you did, the Be a Man duet, like you must be swift as a coursing.
Yeah, I saw that one earlier.
And then you did the different voices. That was so cool. I love that one.
So
I used to. What was TikTok before all of this? It was Music Alley, right? Musically.
Yeah.
I can't even pronounce it like a crying out loud. But yeah, so like I used to do that, when it was a thing, and then I do that. My kids are the ones who tell me, if it's cool or not. But now they don't tell me anything because they're teenagers.
Okay. So I've got a question. So what do you attribute, your overnight success on this particular platform? What was it something that you planned, or was it just something that you chanced upon? Was it a perfect like meeting of the stars and
all of it
they just aligned and stuff?
What was your first viral video on TikTok, Inka? What was the first one?
My first viral video wasn't on TikTok. It was on Facebook.
What was the one on TikTok then?
The same
Which
one.
one went viral first?
The
same one.
Yeah,
with your mom.
The one with my sister. And
This
then
is
the
the
one with my
Watson's
mom.
one?
Yeah, the
Oh.
Watson's one, and then the SNR one, and then so yeah, I got those two videos viral on Facebook, and my friend was like, "Join TikTok. You should do TikTok." So I'm like, it's not really my thing, but okay, fine. So like it wasn't my thing at all because I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like I saw those videos like people dancing, like I don't do like dance whatever. So I'm just like, okay, okay, I'll join it to do like belly dance videos because I was like it was already the start of quarantine. I like the gym closed down. Like I had no way to exercise, and I had so much time all of a sudden. So I was like, you know what? I'll get back into belly dancing because it's something that I've wanted to get back into again. So I just started like doing it for practice. So I went on TikTok. I'm like, it's a dance app, right? Like I can do belly dance on this thing. So most of my first videos were just like belly dancing stuff. And then my video went viral on Facebook, and I thought, what if I upload this video onto TikTok? Would it get the same traction? And it did. So I uploaded the second one, and then that got traction. And then I got inspired to make more voiceover videos. And then people realized, oh, this girl is a voiceover. I like her voice.
She's legit.
Yeah, so people started following me. And then the next thing I knew, like I was taking photos, I was taking screenshots of my follower count. Like I took a screenshot at 400, I took a screenshot at 1,200, took a screenshot at 9,000, and then 10, and then 20K, and then 30, and then the next thing I knew, I'm like, oh my god, I'm at 100K. What is this?
Blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, maybe I should start doing like belly dancing videos as well.
No, please
While
don't.
doing voiceovers.
While doing voiceover, like Nickelodeon voice does belly dancing, and then I just slap my stomach, and then it just moves on its own.
I
There
don't-
are
I don't-
people that do that.
Nick,
There are
Nick,
people.
Nick, Nick, Nick.
There's even like a man boob challenge wherein you just stuff a bunch of stuff between your no, and those videos
Yeah.
are doing really well because I think one of Inka's guys, one of the guys that he flirts with on TikTok, did like a proper pectoral challenge wherein you put a pen between, or remote control between your pecs, and you're like, yeah. This
Oh no,
is-
which
this
one
is
was this? Was this Reed or Wayne? It's probably Wayne.
I don't know, one of them. And then Reed, the one that you like,
A good-looking
more.
guy, yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
no.
Reed,
Oh,
I think it
no.
was Reed.
Did
Is
he-
this
then-
the one that met your mom?
Yeah, he's the one that
Is
met
it the
my
guy that
mom.
met
They
your
all,
mom?
Actually, well, they all met my mom at one point already. So
That's so freaking cool.
yeah.
You brought it. I mean, they're already on that level, meeting your parents.
One
Yeah,
of them.
But the way you were explaining it, though, Inka, was you became viral, and then you just decided, hey, I might as well ride this wave. And you know, for a lot of people, it doesn't quite work like that, right? Like some
Yeah.
people actually who want to become viral never become viral, and those who don't expect to kind of do. And
Okay, here's
I
the
mean,
thing. That's why
yeah.
it's like a combination for me because you guys know I lived in La Union for a long time, right?
yeah,
I
I
was there for
remember
a
that.
year. And then when I moved back, I was like, I need to do something. I need to do something to keep myself busy. So when I was seeing my friends before the quarantine, I was telling them, you know what? I've decided. They're like, what? I said, I've decided I'm going to go viral.
Oh.
It was a
Before
conscious
everything.
decision.
Yeah.
Really?
Before
Yeah, it was
everything
pre-planned.
happened.
Like that.
Yeah. I said,
Wow.
I'm going to go viral. Just you wait. And they're like, okay.
And then COVID happened.
And then COVID
Not
happened.
that kind of viral.
Because what I did was, I said, and I'm gonna say this to you guys. I said, okay, I want you to think of, I'm gonna say different categories, and I want you to think of somebody. You don't have to say the name. You just have to think it in your head. Okay? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Viral chef, viral dancer, viral singer, viral artist, viral choreographer. There are. Viral voiceover. None.
Right. No.
And I said, that's going to be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I said. So
Wow.
that's what I said before I posted it on
strategic.
Facebook.
So Robbie, is there a viral belly dancer that
No,
does
VO?
what you do?
Not yet. I will
your
carve out
body
that
type?
category.
You gotta carve it out.
Viral venereal disease. Or something like that. I don't know. Wait, what about you, Sho? How did you like just fall into it? I mean, you
know what's
said you were
really-
resisting for the longest time.
I just want to start off by saying too, with TikTok, it's a completely different platform. The discipline and what is required on that platform is very different from Instagram and Facebook, because it's not like once you get to 100,000, 500,000 followers, you're set and you're always going to get as many hits. With TikTok, you got to keep creating viral videos. One viral video just isn't enough anymore. It won't cut it. I had no expectations whatsoever. I just wanted my station manager, Lexi Angeles. I love her now, obviously. I just wanted her to stop bugging me about it. So I'm like, here, I downloaded it, had no idea how to use it. And then the third video that I posted of me speaking in different languages did so well. And everybody found it funny because I don't look Filipino, but I speak in Tagalog. And then I understood the culture pretty well. So I decided to keep pushing that just because I enjoyed the attention. I enjoyed the interaction that I got from it. Like, people really got a good laugh. And it's a side of me that I don't get to show a lot because it's not the way I host events. It's not the way I talk on air. Even most of my friends don't really talk to me in that way. But there is a part of me that's very masa friendly. I enjoy a lot of the masa jokes. No, I really do.
Yeah.
I think I got it from my ex, but I really enjoy that. So for me to be able to project it on a platform like TikTok, and I felt like nobody knew me there anyway, because TikTok was a completely different realm. All my friends are too old for TikTok, right? People I work with, my clients, they're on Facebook and Instagram. So it's just a bunch of young people interacting with me. Nobody's going to know. So I can go crazy. And that's what I did. I went crazy. I did a bunch of Filipino relatable comedic stuff. Those went relatively, those did pretty well. They went viral on Facebook, but to a completely different audience. It took a while before people in my circle stumbled upon those videos. And then I started doing VOs, but in Tagalog, because this is something that I don't usually do too. I don't speak Tagalog as naturally as a Filipino, or a true Filipino, obviously, because I'm not Filipino. So
You're with friends, buddy.
Phil Amex, Phil whatever you want to call it, yeah.
So I did that, and then it went viral, and that was the first time I had experienced validation as a voiceover artist. And Robbie's familiar with this because, I am technically in the voiceover industry, but I don't consider myself to be as active as you guys, as the pros. I don't think I've been in there long enough. I think I still have a long way to go. So it's not something that I push as hard as Inka does or you do. And you told me this last year when we met. You just told me, it's fine. Just keep on doing what works for you and less of what doesn't. And at that time, for the longest time, what worked for me was hosting, doing more TV stuff, not so much the VO stuff. So it was really nice to get that reaction from Filipinos pa. They would say, oh, galing mo Tagalog, wala ka talagang punto. And then I came across Inka's profile, and that's when I got motivated to do more of my stuff, to showcase more of my stuff. And there's this one time I just decided to post an air check video. So that's just of me introducing a song at my previous station, and it got 1 million hits. And I thought,
right, it was a challenge.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, I saw that challenge. It was
no. It wasn't a challenge. It was just like a normal air check. It was just me introducing the song at my previous station. And people were like, "Oh man, you sound good." The discipline that I got at FM1 is a little bit different. So you really have to talk from the tail end of the song to the intro of the next song, and leave right before the lyrics come in. So there's a lot of rhythm, and there's a lot of timing involved in there. So I think people really enjoyed watching that and watching me work. And sure enough, a lot of them said, oh, I want to be a radio DJ one day too. And that's when I started thinking about doing challenges so that other people can try it out. And we're all in quarantine. We're all stuck. We're all bored. We're looking for something to do. And I was so happy with the reception of the DJ challenge because it just brought so much joy to the people doing it. And it managed to highlight a lot of different talented people that you wouldn't necessarily see, because it's not like everybody can just walk into a radio station and get a job as a DJ, right?
Yeah.
But right. You pulled the veil. You pulled the veil on that whole process. People listen to the radio and they never really understand how much preparation and what goes into those things. And it was really cool for you to kind of put a microscope on it and let people on TikTok in that world kind of see how that whole thing works and how it
younger people too. That's what I take pride in. The fact that I've managed to introduce the world of radio and make it seem cool again to young people that are obsessed with Spotify,
It's always been
Instagram.
cool, but
YouTube.
It's inspiring.
There's more to it, you know. I mean, to me, I've always loved radio because I'm an only child. I feel like the DJs keep me company when I'm in the car, and more than that, anybody can just play a song that you like. But if you're listening to it and you know that other people are listening with you, and you hear somebody talk about it as enthusiastically as you feel about it, it's that joint collective moment. You know, music is very personal, but it's also a shared experience.
Mm-mm.
So I think radio has that magic. Wrong station, but radio has that magic to be able to
DJ joke right there, just a little pun.
And you know, I mean, the fact that radio is hip and the fact that 17-year-olds are like, I want to be a radio DJ instead of I want to go on YouTube, which is fine too. But people always joke about our industry being a dying industry and that it's you know, it's irrelevant now. So
But you know
They've
what's
been
funny?
saying that for decades.
Yeah, people say that all the time. But you know what's funny? What a lot of people don't know, especially like my newer followers. Actually, a lot of my followers, they don't know that I was a radio DJ before. And
They
do
don't
the
know
stuff
that?
I do.
Wow.
They don't know because like I don't get to show it because I'm not a DJ anymore. Like if I was on the air, I'd probably be doing what show would do, like on air like ad libs and stuff like that. And they'd know obviously, but like they don't know that a lot of my videos sound that way because of my radio training.
Of course.
Like
yeah.
my videos are like that because of my time on radio.
and
Like,
your
I
genes,
love
Inka.
what and what?
And your amazing genes.
Oh, thank
You're blessed with great genes.
Oh yeah, there's
Thank you.
your
Yeah,
parents
yeah.
did give you some gifts. That's for sure.
Oh, I thought you were talking
That
about the shredded ones that were like the
My
really
genes.
tight ones. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I had my head somewhere else.
Bodily
Yeah, those
fluid.
really
Yeah.
nice tight jeans.
But yeah, like they don't know because their comment is always like, "I love how you speak. It's so satisfying. I can't explain it." It's because like I speak with a rhythm, which DJs develop
city.
because of training. Yeah, like you speak with like certain cadence. It's not monotonous. That's a very radio DJ thing, and people don't realize that it's because of my training on radio. So yeah,
I just said with a rhythm of the city.
of the city. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
99.5 RT.
That's right.
Well, okay,
the right station too.
so look, show has being a DJ now for which station again? This is
Q105.
Q105. Yeah, right. So has the station helped sort of propel your popularity? Do you tell people to follow you on TikTok? Does that ever happen on air? Do you tell people, your listeners?
Well, the station is new. I mean, 105.1 used to be crossover. So they reformatted
right.
this year. And then just when we started, we haven't officially launched even, the pandemic happened. So it was a huge adjustment for us. And one of the reasons why I went on TikTok was to promote Q, and still is. So it's actually the other way around. I kind of use this digital platform now to get younger people to tune into the station and to give them the experience of being greeted on air. I think that feeling of hearing your name, because even as a DJ, when I hear
That's
fellow
different.
DJs say hi to me on air, there's still that little, my name was just said on
know.
air.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally feel that.
So I
Same.
love
Speaking
that-
of which,
Yeah.
can we say hi to some of them right now? And can you do the honors of saying hello to our listeners? Starting with Krisha. I don't want to say it because I want to give it to our guests. Okay, so no, before that, we have an Eileen.
Okay, how about you highlight the comment and then we'll read the names in the
Oh,
comment.
right there.
So you
I
don't
won't
have to say
even
it.
mention it. Okay. Starting with you do the honors, Inka, first, and then we'll switch over to show.
Okay, got it. Want to say hi to Eileen Joy Mendones. Hi, Eileen Joy. Sorry, I
Just
totally
butchered the name.
ruined your name. Yeah.
Can you
much
think
for
for a
that.
moment and then like
Hi, Eileen. Okay. Show you do it.
okay, show next.
do I just read the name that I see on the screen here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just say hi to
Yeah.
them.
Okay, hey, what's up? Good evening to the beautiful Krizia Dalangin.
They're
Nice.
so.
Killing factor
That's
to
why
the
you're the
max yan.
DJ now, and I'm not.
Okay, and then who else do we have here?
Hera May Rodrigo Fuentes. I also ruined that.
Yeah.
Hera.
But she's not saying hi to you. She's saying hi to a fellow listener.
Okay,
So,
never mind
yeah,
then.
okay, and then who else do we have? We've got. Show will do the honors for this next one.
Sheila May Alize. Alize? Alize. I have no idea.
Is it?
Alize.
Okay. Somebody saying hi to Inka now. This next
Hi.
person.
Hold on.
You can do it, Robbie.
No,
It's already.
wrong.
Oh, this one.
Don, no, higher. Go to Jay.
Higher.
Higher.
Oh,
Jay,
right
you,
there.
you missed.
Okay.
There you go.
Jade Limen. There you go. I'm just like,
Or
hi,
is it-
Jay.
Lyman? Or
Lyman. Jay Lyman.
Lyman. Nice. Sounds so posh.
Jay
Okay.
Lemon.
And then
Rhymes with?
another.
What? Okay, next.
Next.
Frick.
Shout out to my man, Alan De Los Santos.
Max. Okay. And then we have like a whole bunch. Oh my God, they just keep coming. We have.
Robbie, I think you can start charging them.
Oh, hi from the
nice.
Joshikis. Hi.
No, but it really is. I mean, it really is a thrill. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I used to call up a radio station to give my jokes because they had this segment called Joke Time on, I think it was KCFM. And so every morning before I'd go to school, I'd call up the station and give the corniest joke that a 9-year-old boy could ever give. You know. And I was always met with a, yeah, okay, we'll see what we can do about that.
That's so cute.
Actually,
though.
and then they used to say my voice on air, and I was like, that made my day. I'm going to get an A in every class now. I'm going to do so well in my sports and in my PE and everything. I'm going to be a star student. And that used to be that used to be my fixer upper in the mornings.
Did it work?
I had
So,
a really
yeah,
funny
I
story
understand.
also when I was a kid. My brother played a trick on me one time, and this was one of my earliest radio type memories. So I was living in the States, and my brother called me. He had just moved to college, and he was calling home, and he called the landline, and he's like, I pick up the phone and go, hello, and he's like, this is 103.5. If you know the phrase that pays, let me know now to win $10,000. And so I was like, oh my God. And then I put down the phone and, Mom, what's the phrase that pays? And then she's like, honey, I don't know. What's the phrase that pays? So I literally put the phone down. I lived in an apartment complex. I start going door to door, knocking on every door, going, oh my God, someone, what's the phrase that pays? And I'm running around like a chicken cut off. And then my mom, she picks up the phone and she's like, hello. And she's like, my brother's like, Mom, is he going around? He's like, yeah. and she's like, oh shit. And so I come back to the house and then like I'm like crying because I'm like, I know that nobody knows it, Mom. We just lost $10,000. And then like an hour later, my brother calls back and he's like, he apologizes profusely. But I was like, that was my first introduction to radio.
Traumatizing.
How did you guys, like, okay, for the people who don't know, how did you get into radio?
Inka.
I mean, we know your stories, but for those who,
Oh, okay.
yeah, let's start with
Sorry,
Inka.
I was like waiting. I was like, yeah, how did you get into radio?
A lot of people don't realize how old you were when you started.
I was very young. I got into.
5.
Well, I was 5 years old when I started. I actually started my radio life as an image voice for a radio station. So I wasn't a
Remember
DJ yet. I was the image voice of 99.5 RT. So the image voice means I'm the recorded voice that you hear when DJs play these little sound bites in between songs that say the name of the station. So it's like 99.5 RT, So that's the sound that's me at 14.
Yeah.
Or like the
Yep.
rhythm of the city, or what was their tagline? Fat Summer. Remember? Pretty hot and tasty.
Pretty hot and tasty.
Right? Pretty hot and tasty. Fat
Yeah, you
Summer.
did it so well.
99.5 RT. So that was me. Like my voice is recorded. They play that in between songs. And then a few years later, when I was 18, I got a call from 99.5 RT because they had just become RT again because they were reformatted as a station. They became Hit FM, right?
Right.
And then after Hit FM, it became RT again, and I got a call from the station manager at the time. His name's Winner. He said, Inks, do you want to be a DJ? And I said, yes. So this was around when I was 18. I started my job a few months later after I turned 19. So I became a DJ at 19. And then I stayed on the air for 8 years.
I saw you grow up.
Yeah. What?
You were just with one station the whole time, your whole
The
radio
whole time.
career.
Yeah.
Loyal.
Yeah, they didn't want to move me anywhere. They're like, no, we got to keep Inka here.
Correct.
Because my dad was at the station.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
What about you, Sho? I mean, I remember meeting you many years ago.
When you were hosting for Nickelodeon. That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yes.
No,
you were with your dog.
I was super impressed.
Because I had already a DJ back then?
No, well, I had already experienced being a DJ back then because
I met you as a DJ.
No, I don't think so. No. Because I was only with Jam 88.3. That was my first station right after university. So I came back here to Manila and I was looking for internships. But then when I walked in Jam, they were auditioning this other guy and they're saying, oh, hey, are you here to audition to become a DJ? And I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm here for. So I walk in the booth and then just introduced myself, got a call a day after and started training the following week, I think. But I was only there for about a year, maybe a year and a half. And I was really young. I don't think I was very disciplined in terms of just respecting airtime. I think that's a big thing that DJs take for granted nowadays. So I didn't have a lot of respect for my airtime. And fast forward to a few years later, so I quit. And then I just started working as a regular office worker. I worked as an interpreter for a really long time and hosted once in a while. And then I bumped into Lana. Do you know Lana? Ling Hunya?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Sounds
she's
familiar, yeah.
also a very popular voice actor here in the Philippines. But she used to work for Jam, and she was already working for FM1 at that time. And she asked me if I was interested in trying out. So I got a meeting with Boss Carlo, and then they hired me right after.
Carlo Jose, for everybody.
Oh, sorry, yes. Carlo Jose.
Carlo Jose.
The great Carlo Jose. Sorry,
Yeah.
he's still my boss.
He's the voice you hear on Magic 89.9 before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Got to do my due diligence. So he was the one that really gave me the training that I needed in order to become an acceptable DJ on air. And then
I have so much respect.
Oh, come
for
on, you're
Boss
too
Carlo.
modest. You do a great job. Far better than a lot of the other younger jocks. I'm so proud of you, man. You're
Thank you. No, I appreciate
on
that.
point as a DJ.
That means a lot coming from you because I do look up to the way you do. You do whatever you do, man. Minus the belly dancing, siguro, but everything else.
Just you wait. I'll make it happen.
It's gonna
I
go
will carve
viral.
out that category for myself. You'll see.
You should.
So Boss Carlo Jose moved to Q this year, and he brought me with him, and that's how I ended up with Q now. Yeah.
Yo, I did meet you as a DJ. I met you when you were in Jam.
No, I was already. I think I was already done with Jam. I had already quit because I never met you through like an event or a.
How did we meet?
I think we met at an event. You were hosting it, and I was with my band.
You have a band? Wait. This is new information to me.
Well, I heard videos of singings. Excellent. So,
Yeah, I mean, you got a great
surprised me.
voice.
Yeah, you would think so, but my singing voice is just okay. It's just average.
That's how
think-
I feel about my singing voice.
Same.
No way.
Yeah.
I love karaoke though.
Yeah, same. We should go
All right,
when this is all over.
before anything else, we do have to acknowledge a few more people. Woogie, Orculo says, "Hi, Robbie and Don. Thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time listening
Hi, Woogie.
or viewing, sorry, DJ habits,
Listeners. Yeah.
yeah, welcome to the show. Justin is still tuned in. Such a thrill to get through. I think this was, I was a spam caller asking for
yeah.
Smells Like Teen Spirit. Oh, there's always one like caller asking for the same song over and over again.
Oh my
I'm not
God,
surprised
more
it
than
was
one.
Oh yeah,
Caller.
totally.
But yeah.
Okay. Hello from Late Night Darlings.
Hi, darlings.
Krisha wants us to do the flight attendant challenge. I've seen that on TikTok. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a
People
lot of
keep
other
tagging
voice
me.
actors. Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
done it yourself?
I
Have any of
can't
you done it?
because it's a different airline. I'm
Oh, you can.
I'm locked
Oh
out.
yeah, that's
I'm
right.
locked out the Philippine Airlines. People are like, Miss Inka, can you do the airline challenge? I'm like, I literally
You got
cannot.
this.
I'm
Can you do it? and just
contractually.
Say Philippine Airlines at the end.
Maybe, but if I duet it, she's wearing the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I'd be glad
Oh
to.
yeah,
Little
yeah.
sticker.
I'll have to like
Don't mess
put a
with that.
sticker over her
Yeah.
like side of the
It's tricky. It's really.
Krisha, I will do it in the same voice as that woman. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No.
You oh my god, can you please? Can you please?
All right. We have another question. Mommy Inka, your video of It Really Hurts challenge is so. Oh, it's not a question. It's so good, and Mommy Lindy is so adorable.
Did you see it, Joe?
I
No.
haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that yet. I have to.
Go watch it. I did it. It really hurts.
Oh
Right, okay.
no! Did that?
I did it. I did it. I did it.
Okay,
It's
Faith
so-
Perennia just tuned in. Thank you so much for watching the show. If this is your first time, once again, we're Static Interference. My name is Robbie. This is Don. We've got our special guests, Inka and Sho, two amazing voice talents and now TikTok sensations. What's next for the two of you? I mean, where have you leveraged, your popularity on TikTok for that matter?
Well,
this
I get a lot
Translated
more
to like
hosting
endorsements?
gigs. Yeah. I already have a few endorsements, and I have been getting a lot of hosting gigs lately. And the funny thing is, I started in the events scene as a live voiceover, right? So everything is like behind the scenes, right? And I recently did a big hosting gig for Asus and for Vivo. And they were with the same events company that first got me as a greenhorn live voiceover for events. So they were like,
Wow.
oh my gosh, Inka, now you're here again with us, but as a host. They're like, Inka, full circle, nah. Like, yeah.
I mean, you've always been a great host. Has this been a
Thanks.
drastic change for you?
I prefer it now because I didn't like hosting before because I have bad stage fright.
Ooh, you didn't know that.
I have
Interesting.
really bad stage fright. Like if you watch me host before, you can see my hands shaking, like holding the cards. The
We've
cue cards and
hosted
stuff.
on stage in the past
Yeah.
together. I think we even have a picture of it.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah,
but
for sure.
yeah, it never showed. It
Maybe
never
because I
showed.
was with you, or like if I have a friend, then it's much easier on my nerves. But if I'm on my own, like oh my god, I cannot. So when I do host events now, there's no crowd. If I'm not doing it at home through my computer, we shoot on set, and it's just a crew.
Right.
So
yeah.
it's so much easier on my nerves to be a host right now in this new normal.
That's
So-
correct. I feel
What
like
about Show? You just
I
had
don't
an
feel that
awesome.
way at all. It's
Yeah.
the complete opposite for me. I miss the crowd and the live events industry just because when you shoot these events, I feel like the focus is really on you. And as a host, I'm so used to being the bridge or the person that sort of like moves that the spotlight and shines it on either the celebrity, the speaker, or the product or the brand, right?
Yeah.
But with this, oh man, I get so self-conscious because I feel like the light's so bright and everybody's just looking at
Ah.
my face. And with live events, there's so much going on, and I can act crazy, and it's fine, and it adds to the theatrics of things. But when it's a shoot, it's got to be perfect, and it's got to be choreographed a certain way. And
It's so interesting how different we think.
yeah,
No?
no, I
Yeah.
get crippling anxiety from doing shoots. I would not be able to sleep properly the night before. And then I'd get stressed out because I'd be thinking, oh no, my eye bags are going to be bigger because I didn't get any sleep. Whereas with live events, I'll just be like, yep, sure, I got it, whatever. It's something that I'm used to doing. And I feel like with live events, there's just too many different things to focus on for the audience. So it's not like 100% zeroed in on you and your mistakes. Your job is just hype everything up. It's about everything around you. Whereas with shoots, when you're talking, even if you're introducing someone, the first few seconds or minutes that you're talking about them, you're introducing everybody, it's really you. You're the main thing that they're looking at. And that scares me. Even with my radio DJ challenges, it's so funny because I feel like my being a host carries over to that. My video technically didn't go viral. It was everybody else's. The ones that did it in a funny Tagalog way, Inka's duet, celebrities that used my video. It was very much about shining the light on people that are really good at doing it, or people that have tried it and sounded amazing, or people that put a comedic spin on it. So when things are zeroed in on me, even interviews like this, I feel like I kind of just pass things on to Inka just because I'm not used to being the one that's being introduced. Like, oh, we're interviewing show today. No, because I'm the guy that does that. I'm like, hey, please welcome Robbie. Robbie, tell us this. Robbie, tell us that. Robbie, sing for us. Now it's like, show, do this. Show, like, how much money are you making right now? Show, do this.
And then you're like,
speaking of which, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I mean,
much money are you making?
you guys are having a good year, I would say, despite everything that's going on in the world. You've been able to leverage this to your advantage, the changes in the world. When it's all said and done, and when it's all over, what is the one thing you guys would focus your energies on after it's done? More live events, maybe getting into film, movies? How well are you going to try to leverage this?
Well, I started doing this because I realized, because I have a podcast now too, right? And
which is number one, right? On
Yeah.
Right,
is
yeah.
it Spotify
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
iTunes?
Spotify.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's great. And
It's called The Sleeping Pill.
with Inka. Yeah.
Mm.
And the reason why I started doing these like videos in the first place and I did the podcast is because I just wanted to, like, I want for people to feel good when they watch my videos. When, like, I want them to relax. I want them to forget whatever's going on in their lives. I want them to have a break. Because I want that when I'm stressed. When I'm stressed, I want to go online and watch, like, cat videos. And I want to be that source of joy for people. And that's what started all of this. And that's what still keeps me going. It's just because I want to help people feel better. So, like, in terms of, like, having a good year and leveraging this and that, that's just the effects. Like, that's just the symptom, the after effects. It's not what I was going for. Like, I'm going to make so much money. Like, that's not
it's not the purpose. You're not. It's not the reason why you're doing all of this.
It's just the effect of what happened. Yeah.
And you don't have to give us numbers, but obviously we have like a lot of people asking how much.
Everybody wants the numbers. But...
Everybody wants. Yeah. but I mean, has this? Are you living more comfortably now? Do you get like ad revenue from TikTok? Is that how it works? How does it? Yeah. How do you make money off TikTok?
It's
apart
less...
from more opportunities.
Belly dancing. That's how you make money, Robbie.
Yeah.
You got to take.
No, but like is there ad revenue that you get, or is it just other
TikTok
opportunities?
has the option that you get paid per views, but I don't think that we have that option in the Philippines yet. I'm not sure.
I don't
can't say.
think you can get paid for views on TikTok. So what's happening now is that eventually TikTok Live is going to be a thing. So it's sort of like Kumu and other apps where people can watch you live and they can send you gifts, coins.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can earn through.
You do get paid
Like
for
Beagle.
views on
Yeah.
TikTok, though.
Remember?
You do get paid for views on TikTok.
Really?
That's why, yeah. Creators in the States. It's called the TikTok Creator Fund.
What?
Yes, we don't have that here.
So
Not
I
yet.
need to try to book a ticket and find a way to
yeah.
get there. Though.
That's why
You
like
just use
Addison
a
Ray.
VPN.
Get on it.
VPN na
Yeah.
lang.
Addison Ray got paid so much for her videos, like I think or
imagine,
Charlie,
yeah.
because the WAP dance that she did, she got
Yeah,
paid
yeah.
so much by TikTok because of
Wow.
all the views. But we don't have that. We don't have that yet, I think, here in the Philippines. So what happens is, it's like how you earn through Instagram. Like a brand approaches you and asks, "Can you make a TikTok for us?" And then you charge.
Has
accordingly.
Watson's asked for
You know
for
what?
to-
Watson's
Oh, come
never said
on,
anything
really?
to me. Never said anything to me. Like
What?
completely
What a
snubbed.
waste.
Thanks, Watson.
Wow.
No, you know what? You know what? That's because you already did one for them, and they're like, oh, we
Yeah.
got
I know, right?
free mileage. Free mileage.
I still love you guys.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
Watson's,
I
if you're
go to you
listening,
every day.
yeah, if you're listening right now, Watson's, huh? You'll make the most out of her.
No, you know what?
endorsement.
You know who should be listening is Mercury.
Ah,
Definitely take the time.
They need to snatch that opportunity.
I'll take it over
Yeah.
here. I'll take
If,
it.
if Watson's doesn't want it, you would call Mercury, man. I'm telling
what
you.
about what about you, Show? Any like, are you
No,
allowed to even?
I'm gonna be super honest with you guys. People seem to think that just because I hit 1 million, I'm making back, and I'm really not. First of all, it's crazy on TikTok right now. Not just on TikTok, but there are so many creators that have millions of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. It's just filled with so many new talent, and every day there are more and more people joining. There have been a lot of inquiries, but I think in general, because of the pandemic, businesses aren't thriving as much, obviously. So they all have a limited budget, and I'm not managed like Inka. So with me, anytime I negotiate, I have a set price, and if they're unable to meet that, I don't think I would compromise my content just because I use it for hosting. I mean, I use it in order to get more hosting gigs, and that was my bread and butter back in the day, and it's still something I want to focus on now. So I don't want to do something just because a brand wants to give me some free stuff. There has to be some sort of balance there. So I'm not actually earning that much. I mean, I must have accepted like 1 or 2 deals, and you barely notice it on my TikTok. Like you probably won't be able to see, oh, well, you know, may bayad din si show dyan. So yeah, it's not like I'm living the glamorous life. If I had 1 million followers or subscribers on YouTube, it would be a different story because you get paid per view there. You know, sometimes I think, damn it, you know, I've got like 5 million views on this video. If this were on YouTube, I'd be making so much right now. But on TikTok, that's not the case. So it has helped because there's more recognition. So I still get more hosting gigs. But that's something that I've been doing for a really long time. In terms of social media influence and money, maybe it's still so new to me. So I'm still trying to work out all the
4 months
kinks.
in, right?
And yeah, so it wag muna kayo magpalibre, guys. Kay Inka muna. Inka's your sugar mama, all right? I can't be your sugar daddy just yet.
Magpa-burger ka naman.
Yes, exactly. I don't want people to get the wrong idea, and I don't want people to think that I'm making money, so much money off of TikTok. I really do it because it's fun, and I see that a lot of people are enjoying the personality that I project on TikTok, and the fact that they love radio again and they respect the craft is super rewarding to me. The fact that I can showcase my Japanese, Korean, and Filipino side in a 1-minute video and
I
get
love
that
those
many
videos.
Yeah,
reactions.
that's amazing.
That's so satisfying to me too, because I think most of my friends would be like, Nick, ano ba yan? Ang tsaka mo naman show, bakit ganyan ka mag-joke? You know? So I really love that those interactions, and that moment is super important to me. Obviously, it'd be great if I could make it a financial, if I could make it a source of money in the future. But for now, it's definitely not that. So anytime I post a TikTok, you guys, not paid, all right? I'm not Inka.
I don't get paid every time I post a TikTok.
And it takes a lot of work, Inka. You know, there's like editing for me because I have to get the air check and then sync it with a video, and then I have to make sure it doesn't violate the guidelines, and I need to make it sharp and tight and enjoyable for people to watch. For the radio DJ challenges too, I try to think of ways to make it more engaging so that people have more opportunities to showcase their talent.
Constantly thinking. That's why I think I love TikTok, but it honestly really gets me so tired because
because I was going to ask you guys, what is the pressure? What is the pressure on producing so much content on such a regular clip? Do you feel pressured? Do you feel creatively like empty sometimes and you just don't know what to put on there?
Burned
I mean,
out, maybe.
Yeah, Robbie and I, we don't know where to start sometimes.
Because like what Show said, go.
No, go for it.
Okay, thanks. So no, like what Show was saying, kanina, there are so many creators on TikTok now that are also constantly putting out content. They have millions of followers. They got millions of views, and if you don't make something that's viral, you're going to lose the interest of your following. So you always have to make something every day. I make between 2 to 5 videos a day.
Whoa!
On TikTok. Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And I'm just like, God, what can I do tomorrow? And then I have
that's
to, like,
a lot of pressure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
that's a
sometimes
lot.
I have to make videos, probably like my manager will text me, Inka, these are your deliverables today. You need to make a video for this client and then this and then like that. And I'm just like, okay. And then sometimes client gives you, okay, Inka, we want the video to be like this. So I have to think of ways to put together what client wants and also still remain true to what
Your
I
brand.
always create.
Yeah.
Because if people see like a sponsored kind of content that does not resonate, people will be like, "Oh my God, Inka's super selling out." Like, ugh, yeah. They're not gonna watch that. So I'm just
I
like,
get that.
Yeah, but we were trained in that in radio, weren't we? We had to do like sponsored conversations, for crying out loud, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So my
So,
scalp's been feeling really itchy these days. It's because of the.
It's like, you know what? Me too.
Man, it's
exactly. So what are you gonna do?
yeah.
Well, I just came across this new product.
Did you?
But this is why I haven't accepted a lot of deals yet. Well, for one, it's not like they've been offering me like copious amounts of money. It's mostly, we'll give you free stuff. Please do this. So with me, it's always okay. It's got to fall into these guidelines. So I can still do a voiceover challenge. That's something I'm definitely willing to do because I can still ask people to do it and maybe even get some prizes from the client so that there's even more, there's a bigger reward than just the enjoyment of being able to pretend like you're a DJ or a voiceover artist for a few minutes. But I also knew going into it, I think 1 month after doing all those Filipino relatable skits, I knew that I would get burnt out if I kept doing the same thing. I mean, I literally would go char after every video. And by the end of it, I was like, tama na, ayoko na. So I
Have nightmares of the word.
Out and finding other things I can do regularly. So now I have the Filipino relatable stuff, the Asian languages. That's still something I do because that's how I started. I used to do a lot of voiceovers. I would do voice acting for Mobile Legends characters. And I don't do that as much now, but I also do Japanese lessons. Very simple, sort of anime-fied Japanese lessons. They're not really words that you can use in a business setting, but it's just fun to listen to because people like anime. A lot of Filipinos like watching anime. And then the radio stuff. So it's the Filipino comedy, it's the radio stuff, and the Japanese lessons. Those are my 3 consistent ones. So that anytime I'm feeling burnt out, doing one, I can just focus my energy on something else. But it still gets tough. Even if I have those 3 options, it's still, sometimes I'm like, oh man. And Inka, we've talked about this before. Sometimes you work so hard on one video, you're like, yes, they're gonna love this. This is gonna be super useful information for them. And it flops.
I know. TikTok is so weird. Like sometimes you make a video and you're like, oh my God, this is gonna be good. This is gonna go so
good.
viral. And then you post it, and then an hour later, it's got like 8,000 views. That's it? And then you're like, what the heck? And then like I post this super random, super no-brainer duet with another creator that I don't even know. Like I'm just like responding and I'm literally just on my bed
Bam.
doing this and answering. And it gets like 50,000 views in an hour. And I'm like, what is this? I don't
Wow,
understand.
Harder. TikTok
Huh?
is harder than Instagram and
Yeah.
even YouTube because
Wow.
just because you've built that following, it doesn't mean that
It's not
all
secure.
of those people are going to support every video you put
Yeah.
put out. Because on Instagram, when you post something, your followers are going to see it, right?
Mm.
On TikTok, your followers aren't on their following column. They're on the what they call the FYP, for your page column. So
Yeah.
that column is just riddled with videos from everywhere.
Basically,
Not for
think of the For You
Yeah.
page as your explore page on Instagram.
Mm.
Yep.
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
rarely on my explore page on Instagram. I'm usually just on the following page.
Mhm,
Most
same.
people, I'd say 99.9% of people on TikTok are on their FYP page.
Yeah.
So they're always exploring, looking for new videos. And there are so many new videos every second
Yeah.
of every day. So
Yeah.
for you to make it to that page, you got to make a really good viral video for it to be transferred to the public column. So essentially, you're trying to please a new audience every single time. So even
Yeah.
if I have 1 million followers, it doesn't mean that the next video I put out is also going to do really well. In fact,
Yeah.
most of the time, it's not going to do as well as the previous video if that went viral. And that's frustrating. But at the same time, I feel like it's really good pressure for creators because you can't just throw in the towel. You
Yeah.
really need to come up with something useful, and it creates this this pressure that I think people don't not people on Instagram still do have that pressure, but I don't think it's as strong
It's
because on
different.
Instagram your followers are a lot more loyal than on
Yeah.
TikTok. So
Yeah.
it's tricky. Again, people
Yeah,
say,
it-
"Oh, you're set. You got 1 million."
Yeah.
Like, nah.
Nah.
I still
And
get
the algorithm changes every day or something. It's like
Yeah.
like sometimes I wake up in the morning, I look at my phone, I'm like, okay, what does TikTok want from me today? Let's try to figure it out. I don't understand. I'm just like, what do you want?
Here's
That's
what's
a that's a
super
TikTok
funny,
video right there. What you just did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I would watch it.
really funny too, is that people from TikTok, people that work at TikTok for TikTok, don't even understand it themselves. Because I've had
Yeah.
meetings.
Wow.
People from, no, I have. I'm sure Inka has spoken to a few people from TikTok too. But
Yeah.
anytime it comes up, they're like, I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
you
like
gotta get
I
a good
asked them,
video out there.
did the algorithm change? Because like my videos aren't doing well at all. They're like, well, check your account. And then they never got back to me. But like they'll message me
man.
about something else. I'm like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
they don't know also.
They don't though, because I
Yeah.
was in a Zoom meeting with one of them, and somebody brought it up, and they're just like, I'm trying to figure it out myself too.
Crazy, man.
But it's interesting.
it's-
Sometimes you can see it. Like, okay, looks like the algorithm favors a lot of duets, and then the next thing you're like, okay, looks like the algorithm today is favoring a lot of original content, and then the
Wow.
next day you're like, okay, looks like the algorithm is favoring this sound.
I
Like,
never
this
even
specific
thought of
sound.
that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so they
Do you
really
pay
switch things up
attention?
all the time. It's
I
arbitrary.
pay attention. I literally
You
go through the
do?
FYP. Yeah.
So
I'm
you,
just like-
you pay attention to all of that noise, and you don't just. I mean, because that would sound absolutely exhausting to try
I
to
am
keep
tired.
up with all of that.
But the
I mean,
difference is, I
You
think
see
the
these?
reason why you're able to do that, Inks, is because you can sort of do the trends. You
Play the
dance.
game.
You're a very pretty lady. You have a lot of good things working for you. Whereas I'm kind of limited to, okay, these
Well,
are the only things I can do.
Whoa,
So-
whoa, whoa! Hold on.
No, no.
You're selling yourself short. First
Yeah,
of
first
all,
of all,
your
you're amazing.
yes, and your value proposition is off the
Thanks for
charts. I
taking
mean,
me.
you're so unique as a talent. Okay, you're Filipino, Japanese, Korean.
Not
that
Filipino,
in
but
itself,
okay.
yeah, but that in itself, it already sets you apart from so many other people out there, and the fact that you can speak well, you can sing. I mean, you basically are the whole package.
The whole package. Yeah.
And you're unique in that way, and that's what makes you a compelling TikToker, I guess.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Inka she's gorgeous, she's sexy, she's got a fantastic voice that's unlike any other voice in the industry.
Thank you.
Right? And so I think that these are qualities that really elevate you.
Do me. Why are you leaving me out?
You're thinner than me. Maybe.
Okay, what else?
Maybe.
Anyway, so Inka.
But if there is, if there are people,
But you know what helps me figure out the algorithm too? What helps is I have a creator family. It really helps. It's because it's not just one like you are working most of the time solo. Right? Mm-hmm. And whereas me, I'm in a we have a Mafia family chat room.
Mafia.
Love it. Where it's the 5 of us, and we're always like we're talking about like random stuff too, like
and helping each other out, right?
Like funny like videos, whatever, and then making cuento about what happened in our day sometimes, and then you guys want to do a video chat, and then the 4 of us or the 5 of us are just like mucking around. But also we talk about
want that.
Yeah, we talk like, what did you think is different about the algorithm today? They're like, how are your views? My views have been going down lately. And they're like, did you track we actually
support team.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Did you track your video from last time? Or like, Andrew, look at this video. I think this is something that would really fit your brand. So I think you should try making your own version of this. And then, or like we exchange, and then that's when we plan. Okay, I have this idea. We should do one. And then after I duet this, I want Inka to come in and do this one. We're like, okay. So everything, we have this whole system. Yeah,
I
we
need
plan
better
together.
TikTok friends. Robbie,
wait,
we
hold on.
have a little chat room.
Have
I
you
think that's
guys
the point of creator houses.
Well, okay. Have you guys ever collaborated?
Show and I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Oh,
Yeah,
I haven't
we do
seen
duets
that
together.
video.
I was actually really annoyed because I came up with this. I was like, all right, Inka, this was when we did Eat Bulaga together. And I already had it in mind. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do when I see Inka and Kathleen, because we're not going to have a lot of time together. And this is, I think, the perfect video for us to do a collab thing on. So I suggested it. We did it together. Mine did okay. Inka's went viral, but it was the exact same video, okay? I was like, Inka? Like, hers went billions. Mine was like, nah. I think Kathleen did better than mine, too. And keep in mind, this was all the exact same video.
The exact same vid.
TikTok is one finicky mother.
Blame it on that. But that is one thing to keep in mind. Sorry, going back to what we were saying earlier, if there's anybody that's watching right now that's thinking, I want to try TikTok, one of the things you really have to do is figure out your personality that you want to showcase there. Because if you try to just do the trends without understanding your persona,
your USP, your unique selling proposition, it's
gonna flop. And I thought about it too. Even before I posted the multilingual video, I said, hey, I can do that. I speak I speak 3 different languages, but I also understand the comedy culture of Pinoys a little bit. I have an understanding of the hugot culture and how.
And that's why I don't do those videos, because it doesn't fit my
brand,
persona. Yeah.
She's so social kasi. Ano ba yan? So bougie.
I do the Mafia Queen videos and I say daddy a lot. That's my
Which I can't do. Like I don't do any sexy, the only shirtless video I think I have on TikTok was when my dog was lying next to me and I just, I couldn't get up to put a shirt on. So I just went, there's my dog. That's as sexy as it gets.
1 million hits.
Understand that even people that would put things between their man boobs and all that, I'm pretty sure they thought about it. They thought of the best way they can market themselves. And if they're the type of Robbie naman Robbie naman you really have to figure out a way to still be, I know it's a cliche, authentic on the platform. Obviously, it doesn't show 100% of my personality, but the parts of me that I do show, they're very me. Correct. I don't try to I don't try
Me
to
too.
act like a creator that's doing really well on TikTok, because that's most likely going to flop. I think that's really important, to find a way to integrate your personality to that platform. Don't do it without bringing yourself in.
Okay, how do
Yeah.
you feel about other hosts and other voice talents out there, wanting to do the same thing that you've already done? Is it going to be like it's just copying me? Is it me too? It's just a
Oh my gosh,
is
TikTok
is
is
that
literally full of people copying each other's ideas. So it's not a
nothing
big
really
deal. Yeah.
original then?
Some of them have credited me. Like, I've seen people do, even the flight attendant challenge. The person that came up with it put my name on there, and I did appreciate that. But I do think, because even I technically got my ideas from watching a bunch of videos, it just seems like an original idea because I put them all together. But I mean, I guess you can argue that that's an original idea too when you put stuff together, because we just absorb everything. It is. I mean, I'm only human, so if I probably saw someone do it the same way, execute it in the exact same way I did it, I'd be a little bummed, especially if it does super well.
Really well.
It surpasses all my challenges, and I'm like, damn it! And they don't credit you for it. But you can't feel bad about it, because that's just the game. That's the social media game. And that's, you can't stop. You got to keep pushing if you want to make something out of this platform. You really need to keep pushing yourself. You can't get discouraged. And I'm super sensitive. I'm a very emotional guy. So going into this, even getting the occasional hate comment, they're not really hateful, but negative comment, that would bother me a lot. So even developing a thicker skin is part of it. And it's tough. It's tough not to let these things get to you. But to answer your question again, simply, it depends on how they execute it, but it might, because I'm only human. I would love to say, no, it's fine. Everybody's got their own thing. But, I have an ego. I'm prideful. It's something that I'm proud of. So if somebody would do the exact same thing.
You should be,
Oh, if someone did the exact same thing that I did and didn't credit me, I'd be like, the hell? I'd be like, excuse me, because like, no, I was just gonna say that I did like a video yesterday where I reacted to this girl who said, "Welcome to bisexual pirate TikTok," and then she did like a transformation where she looked like this, oh my god, beautiful, like female pirate captain. And I'm like, whoa. And I was reacting to it like, oh my gosh, like I lost no sim September. And then I put it in the caption that I got the idea from this user because she does reactions like that. So if I copy something that is directly inspired by a user that I've seen, then I will credit that, because that's just TikTok etiquette.
You have integrity.
But you know what is that I've noticed people have started using a lot of my videos on their platforms. So, it's ironic. I barely get any engagement on my personal Facebook page, right? But then I see people posting my videos on Facebook, and like one of them got 1.2 million hits. I'm like,
what the hell? You can ask them to take that down.
And they don't credit you at all?
They
Walang CTTO.
Well, I say my name then on Facebook is not Show Suzuki. It's my longer name. So I think it's harder for them to track it. But yeah, sometimes even on YouTube, because they stitch my videos together, and I know that you can
Mine too.
If it's like 5 minutes, I'm about 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I don't know, because I don't have a YouTube account for vlogs or anything. So when I see those, I get a little bothered because I'm like, that's work I put in, and they might be from that. But for now,
that's so unfair.
Yeah, but for now, the credit would be enough. Like I said, I'm not in it to make money. If I can eventually, then great. But I like the way that it's working for me now, that I'm getting more recognition. So people in the events industry are reminded of my name, and I get more posting gigs. But it's different for me and Inka. I was doing much better last year in terms of work and finances. This is a very tough adjustment for me because I went from doing live events to this, and it's a lot more competitive now to host digitally because everybody can do it. Location's not really a problem, right? As long as you've got a laptop, you're good. Everyone's available. Everyone's cheaper because everyone's a little bit more desperate. And TikTok in a way has helped me emotionally and mentally stabilize myself, and I found something to do and to practice my skill, to hone my skill a little bit more. But it's not like I'm making more money from doing that than hosting
Not
live.
yet. Well, just hold
Hopefully.
on.
Yeah. I mean, it's not. I know that it's a possibility down the line, and the fact that I'm getting all these inquiries it's a sign of that. But I don't want people to get the wrong idea. I don't want to say, oh man, look at me, 1 million followers on TikTok, rolling in dough. No, it's not like that. I'm still really happy doing it. I don't want people to think that. Basically, I just don't want you to try to break into my house because you'll find nothing. Except a lot of
That's the bottom line is, please don't steal my stuff.
wala pa rin akong pera. Inka's house pa rin, or Robbie.
What about indecent proposals? Has any
Oh,
surfaced?
yeah.
I've been getting wow. I can't talk. I've been getting indecent proposals even before this whole thing blew up. So it's a
I had to
normal.
delete all my dating apps.
But it's amplified it. I'm sure.
I really enjoy dating apps. I mean, I love being on dating apps. I had to delete all of them because literally every other match would be like, TikTok dude, TikTok dude.
I've never tried dating apps, so I don't know the experience.
That's because you don't have to. You're so beautiful, guys.
Oh,
Just
you. Oh,
Boy.
thanks.
And what's your the fandom like? What are your fans like?
Oh my gosh,
Have they been really supportive?
Yeah, this is my first time getting like any sort of attention like this, and it's so fun because we started doing this Mafia series, right? You guys have seen some of the videos, and we all kind of garnered this very loyal following called the Mafians, and then each of us have our own fandom names. So there's 5 of us, right? There's me, and then there's Josh, Reed, Andrew, and Wayne.
Right.
And then each of us have our own fandoms. So my fandom name is Inka's Darlings, and then because they love the way that I say darling in my Mafia videos, so they're like, oh, hey, can we be your darlings? So I'm like, okay, so you're my darlings. And then Josh's
amazing.
fans are the Joshikis, and then Reed's fans are the Mochoys. Andrew's fans are the Hyani Bunnies, and Wayne's fans are the Weiweis. And each of us have our own Instagram story filter. We have our own emojis. That's why if you see Inka's Darlings in the comment sections, if I say paws up darlings, they're gonna start putting paw print emojis.
We see that.
Because of my tattoos.
Yeah.
So it's so fun because
That's
we have
amazing.
If I were to
What?
join, my
Yeah.
fans would be called the Showgirls.
Oh, I love
Oh, that's cool. And if they were guys, you could
Show
call them
boys.
the show boys.
Boy.
Yeah.
There, see, look at the comment section. They're putting na.
Right.
So
Yes, they are.
Josh's is the camera because he loves taking photos.
So
and then
cool.
Reed's is the dragon. Okay, Andrew, it's
Galing.
bunny,
What-
and then yeah.
What about show? Do you have like a community that you've already
Don't.
developed?
I mean, I don't think I have loyal fans. Not that. Teka lang, ah. Let me try to phrase this properly. It's very different because I think what I do on TikTok is still reminiscent of who I am as a host. It's still the spotlight is, for example, in my language videos, in my Filipino relatable videos, the spotlight is on the Filipino culture. It's not necessarily show Suzuki. It's just
Right.
Filipino culture. For the Japanese lessons, it's people that love anime, the weebs. They love
right.
anime. They love the language, and they think it's fun that Suzuki Sensei is the one teaching it. But it's still focused on the language and the anime culture. And then for radio, it's more about the music, like the BTS fans. As soon as I post a BTS air check, I like BTS a lot too. So I like posting
I
their
love
videos.
BTS.
But the fandom is definitely, they're not my fans, they're BTS fans appreciating my work, anime fans appreciating my language lessons, Filipinos appreciating the way I appreciate their culture. So it's less
so
about
much to offer, man. It's amazing.
Yeah.
This is strategically that great because wala akong loyal fans. My fans technically belong to all those other things that I just mentioned
No,
now.
you know why? Kasi, you know what happened? In my TikToks, I ventured into acting TikToks. And the stuff that we make, the Mafia family, we made like a show on TikTok with a story that people could follow. That's the reason why we developed this following, is because people felt like they were watching a TV show.
That's
the
right. That's
reason.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. We really have to pay attention to the to our.
Yeah, I saw that Krizia
comments.
asked a question
Krish-
that I can actually answer right now. Krizia, Krisha?
Krisha,
Krisha,
yeah.
Krisha, okay, Krisha. Thank you very much for your question, by the way. When I accepted a project from Sustain, the eye drops, I was very adamant on being part of the script writing process. I said, you can give me some of the things that you want included in the script, but it needs to be kept short and relatable pa rin. So to me, it's important that I have a say in the script, because I don't just want to do a voiceover challenge and say a bunch of things, say a bunch of things just because they want to promote the product. I want to make it still fun to talk about. And I think I ended up with something like, are your eyes tired from stalking your crush online all day? Yung mga ganon. So it has to be very friendly. It can't be too marketing advertisement, kailangan talaga fun to do pa rin siya. So for me, and I think Inka does the same. It has to be a joint. It has to be a joint venture.
Collaboration,
You do you do a social media thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and Krish is also asking, I can make a fandom for you if you want. Show.
Do it.
She can start. She can start one
The
for
show
you.
quiz.
I am so
voice.
bad. I'm very comfortable giving the limelight to someone else. I think it's it's the way I react to everything. Even
Right.
realizing it, I realized this kanina, even when I entered the meeting here, the interview here, the first thing I said was, "Hey, Inka! Yeah. Syempre, sidekick ni Inka." It's a lot easier for me to do that because I think as a
Oh my
host,
God.
that's the way I'm wired. And or maybe my parents didn't give me enough love when I was a kid. I never feel like I'm worth
Oof.
the main role part. I'm always the best friend.
Well, they're regretting it
you
now.
know how amazing you are, though, right?
Okay, Justin's tuned in again. Cheryl, thank you so much. Hey, what about us? What kind of fandom can we, create? What do we call the interferons? The static
Klingons.
The statues.
static Klingon. No, that doesn't have quite the same ring to it. Okay, let's go to the comment section and try to. Wow,
Look, there's a lot of Justin fans here. It seems
Yeah.
yes,
Justin!
Hi, Just.
and
Love.
a lot of paws and rabbits, and this is gonna be tough to get through. Okay, we got a message from Cheryl. Faith says, "You're super grounded show. I like you more now." Oh, very nice.
So she didn't like me before?
And you have so much clout na daw, sabi ni Krisha. Nicola says, "Can you guys do a VO exercise wherein you are interacting like you're in a commercial ad?"
Show, di ba we did that when we were in Eat Bulaga?
Oh, yeah. Feeling
That was
hungry.
so funny.
Yeah, why don't you guys are like social media savants. So
Right.
Robbie and I, we're just getting started in this whole internet social media thing. So
You know what?
if you were to direct us, what would you have us do? How do you make us viral? What would you direct us to do? We'll follow you. Let's see.
I feel like we should charge them for this, Inka.
I know, this is consultation.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
very precious.
Teka lang.
You realize we're both verified.
Okay, I see how
You
it
know
is.
what? I just have to say, that's one thing that I get a lot now. I get a lot of people messaging me asking to help them boost their account or asking for free stuff.
Oh.
basta maraming mga freeloaders, ayan. Kaya wala pa rin akong pera. So that's definitely something I've
Interesting.
experienced. Yeah. I think they wouldn't dare
Really?
do that to Inka. But for Robbie, I really think there's this other guy. Oh man, I can't remember his name right now, but he does a lot of voice acting for cartoons, I think. So he talks like that on TikTok. And grabe, ang lakas. And you can do it. He's not amazing. The first time I heard you do the Nickelodeon VO, I was blown
amazing.
away.
Yeah.
Okay, so he should do a voice that's in his wheelhouse, his Nickelodeon wheelhouse of
Animated stuff. Focus on the kids. You know, get the kids to listen to you, to hear your voice.
I know something that Rob can do just because his face is so animated. You know that trend, the one that Bella Ports, the one that everyone does, the head shake on, the one with the banjo, right?
Whoa, his
They
head's
do
on a
the
swivel.
Head shakes.
Right, yeah.
Can't sing it properly.
I've never seen that, but I will do my research.
But definitely
Yeah,
voice stuff.
you
And
can
even
do that.
maybe you can do some gaming stuff too, because you're into games, right? And do you know Markiplier? Is that his name?
Markiplier,
Markiplier,
yeah,
yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's awesome.
Oh man, that guy's voice is amazing. I feel like you could do something like that.
To tell you quite frankly, I love what you guys are doing. I think so highly of the two of you. I'm just so scared. Just this kind of thing is
Fear of rejection.
no. I mean,
A few months ago, though.
Yeah.
I kind of don't. I don't. In all honesty, I like. I just like keeping my privacy. So Don, it's all on you now.
Thanks, bud.
It's up to you, Don.
We'll try to shine the spotlight on you as much as we can, and I'll just be in the shadows, just cheering you on.
No,
Just-
there's no static interference without you, Robbie. Come on.
We'll
now.
do the show, obviously, but I don't know. I kind of
You can do
dread being in-
voiceover stuff without your face. Like you can just do completely like a voice
Oh, yeah,
thing and hide behind a name.
I'd rather go incognito
Yeah,
if
you can
that's
do that.
an option. That would be awesome.
You can totally do that.
Right. Justin says he feels the same way. But
Where?
this is the well,
I love you, Justin.
shit.
How many shows do you have now, Justin?
I don't like the limelight,
Hold on.
guys.
I don't want Don to because I feel like we've been focused on Robbie for the past few minutes. Don, does everyone in your family
Such a
sound
great
as good as
host.
you?
Does everyone in my family what?
Do they sound as good as you?
Yes.
No, you guys can do like family VOs, diba? Family voiceovers, because there are so many families that do things together. Families
Okay.
that sing together. So if you guys can
I
just
have videos like that.
yeah, Inka, you do it
Well,
with your
hello, your family, for crying out loud.
yeah.
Yeah, I do that. I do videos like that.
Interactions with them, but
But mine are
Hold on.
exaggerated.
yeah,
Yeah, mine are
that would
exaggerated.
work
It's like,
well. Yeah.
Mother, can we go walk the dogs now? And Mom's like, yes, darling, of course. Let's go. Are you ready? I'm ready, Mom. You know, like
And then-
really
Well, I
exaggerated.
suppose like I could get my kids involved, but I don't know. They're a bit young. I don't know if I want to put them out there so soon in the world to have them consumed by social media people. It's kind of a scary
Well,
thing.
You
I
can also
suppose.
do like a Daddy Don advice column kind of thing. My neighbor
my
went
God,
viral
yes.
recently. I don't know if you've seen it, Inka, but she's the Tita Maldita that a
I've
lot
seen
of people
her. She's your neighbor.
She's my neighbor. Yeah, she lives. She's actually a really good friend of mine too. So with her, she just kind of amplified her RBF, resting bitch face, and
Correct.
the aura and projected it on TikTok. So this is your tita, going in. So you can do
Yeah.
a dad Don thing.
Yeah.
There's this guy, there's this dad who has a son that likes dressing up, that likes putting on dresses and dressing up like princesses.
Yeah.
So he managed to amass a huge following just by showcasing how he supports his son. And he's even written a book about it. And there's so many ways
so
you
much
can
you
do
can
it.
do.
I know. Dawn. Okay. Why don't you I have an idea. I have just on me right now. Why don't you do the crack of dawn, like you did?
You
on the
during
show,
our morning
from
show.
before.
totally do the crack
Yeah.
of dawn. That's such
And
a
it's
great
just
name
you
too.
saying jokes. Just
Yeah.
that's it. That'll be your thing.
And they don't have to be
Awesome.
good, even, right?
They don't have to be good. You'll
Yeah,
never know what the algorithm will do anyway. So, just
Correct.
even the most corny joke siguro pwede, di ba?
Yeah.
Pwede yan. The crack of dawn.
You should
I
totally do
need
that.
I need
Please.
comedy writers.
I'm
No,
in.
look up Wesley Chua. I think that's his name on TikTok. So all he does is just super corny jokes. As in, ridiculously corny jokes talaga.
And
Pero
people
benta.
stay for that.
Pero
yeah.
benta.
Yeah.
People stay for that.
Hmm.
For sure.
Like, dude, he did a video. Ano yun? Why is 7 scared of 9? Or why is 8 scared of 9?
Because
Because
7, 8,
9.
9.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
That he just literally said that line and it got thousands of hits.
No way. It's that easy?
It is.
Come on.
It's like I
And
said,
also,
you'll never know with TikTok.
I think you're
Wow,
good
yeah,
at
you guess
that too. So
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
you never
Yeah.
know. You never
You really
know
never
with
know with
TikTok.
TikTok.
You never
Sometimes
know.
you're just like, you look at your phone, you're like, really? This? Okay, I guess.
You know what? Okay. One last message. We got Jaya Estrada waiting for your TikTok entries, Kuya Justin.
Yes.
And then Justin says, radio style madali lang. Make me sit down, create content. Let's go back to Justin, Don. Make me sit down, create content plans, edit photos, captions, and videos, and that takes significantly more effort. Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
I mean,
It's-
when
you're a
we
one-man
did our
army.
promo video for this show, we did that last June, and we only released it last month. I mean, we were terrible. We're just like the worst. We procrastinate really badly, and so
well,
I mean, it was
also,
good.
you guys have families and stuff and other responsibilities to pay attention
yes,
to.
we do
So it's
have
different.
all of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it pays to be single right now, huh? You got a lot more time on your hands.
That sounds like an attack, Robbie.
I know. I'm just like, oh, God.
No, that's an advantage. That's an advantage. You guys are, believe me.
Oh, God.
Good
I'm
thing you're
kidding. Well-
single, guys.
Yeah. That's
I didn't mean to rub it in or anything like that.
Yeah, because they're like in quarantine. They have nobody physically to keep them company.
Show. Let's go out. Show.
I think, yeah. Choppy, guys. Sorry. That's it.
And on that note, I think we should probably end the interview. This has gone on for much longer than we expected. Okay, maybe just a few more messages. I'm seeing a question from Krisha. Guy's question, is there any pressure on getting endorsements? I don't know. My mom listens to radio and some DJs are asking for endorsements. Really? Every single day?
What?
Is that a thing?
No way.
Asking for endorsements?
Not an
I
out.
don't
Really?
That's
I don't know if
weird.
that's yeah.
105.1.
Never.
We don't ask for endorsements. No.
We beg. Just kidding.
Okay, and let's see what else. Jaya says, let's go to Jaya. Jaya says, what's this? Oh gosh, I lost it. Jaya Estrada says, emphasis on madali lang. Maybe that's the reason why on-call peeps always ask you. This is, I think, for Justin, right? Kuya, to do this and do that. Haha. And then Krisha says, Jay Estrada, exposing secrets already. Ha 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 ha. That's not what she sounds like. But all right. So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I mean, this was eye-opening. This was it was so nice to hear your story and see how it's developed and yeah, well, what's next for you? Just one last question. What do you think's next?
Hopefully some real money from TikTok. Some Inka money.
money with my face on it. I'll send you some.
You got clout now, Joe. You
Sign it
gotta
back.
make. Yeah.
Monopoly money.
The Darling Fund. The Darling Fund.
The Darling Fund. I don't know. Just
Inka,
keep
what about you?
going. Just keep going, I guess.
Just gonna keep creating.
Yeah, because like my podcast is keeping me busy now. So TikTok is still at the forefront of my attention, but it's not. It doesn't have my complete attention anymore, because the podcast has been doing well, and that requires a lot more planning and writing than my TikTok does. So I need to focus a little bit more on that. So I guess what's next for me is focus more on the podcast, maybe see what other content I can create. Because right now you always have to constantly create, just make and make and make and make.
I saw your post on Instagram the other day. You're like, so what do you guys want me to create? I'm like, oh, she's out of ideas.
Yup. And I tell people, like, on my lives, when I go live on Instagram, I'm like, guys, I don't know what to make anymore. What do you think I should make?
Well, that's what the community's for. They're there to help.
Like, let me know. I need your ideas.
Use the community as a think tank. Go for it.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely. And for any of you, I mean, you've got fans over at Vocal Alliance. Would any of you be willing to maybe join one of our VO workouts as a special guest coach?
Heck yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Great. Yeah, because
For
there are a lot of
sure.
aspiring like radio jocks as well who want to learn the ropes, who don't get the proper training. And so, yeah, and for voiceover, of course, Inka, nobody's better.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. That's such a big thing coming from you. Thank you.
So great. Yeah, hopefully we can see you at the VO workouts. If anybody out there is interested, if you want to learn how to do voice acting, come join Vocal Alliance. It's an association made by voiceovers for voiceovers, and it's a nice supportive family.
It's a really helpful community.
Very.
If you need some navigating around this crazy world, and it's easy to get lost, and sometimes people just don't know where to start. So it's a good starting point too. It's great for starters, and it's great for people that just want to keep up with everything that's going on in the VO world. So
Yeah.
Any last messages for all the viewers at home?
all the showgirls and
first.
showboys. I'm gonna start my OnlyFans soon. So OnlyFans,
Yes.
I realize that it's the only way I can make some real cash now. So stay tuned
That's
for
right.
that.
Shirtless
and,
photos.
Shirtless
More
photos.
shirtless photos,
but
yes.
I try to keep it so PG on my TikTok because there are so many kids on mine.
Right.
I mean, I get so paranoid anytime I post something that's not too kid friendly on there.
I just post.
Yeah.
I just post.
The first time I saw your legs spread or something on my feed, I'm like, wait, what's happening right now?
my cleavage is right there.
Mobile
It's like my
Legends,
car video.
Mobile Legends, biglang, whoa!
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for that.
That's your brand. That's your brand right there.
Yeah.
As a person.
I mean, if I had everything that you have, I would totally do the same.
Robbie has
if
that.
If I had everything you have, which I do, I just stay home and look at the mirror all day long. So gross.
Which he does, and he doesn't get out much.
Because I already do that. Yeah. I'm happy. I'm content. What can I say?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
If there's anybody that's watching that really enjoy doing my radio DJ challenges and they want to sort of get a better feel as to what it's like, I do want to invite you guys to tune in to Q105. It's a new station, so this is my way of supporting them too. They've been really good to the DJs this year. They've been super supportive despite everything that's going on. Because I hear stories about other DJs getting fired from stations just because they just can't keep up anymore. But the station itself plays really good music. If you're into pop music, if you're into K-pop, we play a lot of that too, which is fun, I think, for a lot of people because you don't get to hear that much K-pop and C-pop and OPM as much from other stations. And all the DJs sound like me. They sound better than me, so make sure to tune.
Ikaw na yung peg. Ikaw yung peg.
Also, my mom is a newscaster for your station.
I know.
wow.
Yes.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah, if you want to hear Inka's mom on air
Mhm.
too, that
Mama
tune in,
Lindy.
delivers all the super serious news.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
she
and
did that
international
for us.
news.
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
When Robbie and I got started, she did the news for us. Remember, Robbie?
Yes,
Oh, well,
I
that's
believe
probably
so.
why
Yeah.
Boss Carla got her.
And
Yeah.
finally, yeah, why don't you invite people once again? You know, I mean, I'm sure our viewers are already are following you on TikTok, but if
Yeah.
there's anything else you want to plug before we end the show, please do so.
I just wanted to say thank you for following me and thank you for putting up with all of the stuff that I do for fun. And just keep listening to my podcast. There's a new episode of Sleeping Pill every Friday. So if you have a hard time sleeping or know somebody who needs help falling asleep or relaxing, you could recommend my podcast. I recommend my podcast. Of course I do. But yeah.
Listening or watching your TikTok before. Wait, that sounded really bad. No, it wasn't because it wasn't because the video was so boring that I went to sleep. I was really, really sleepy, and I was scrolling through TikTok, and I heard your voice, and it was just so soothing. And I think my phone fell on my face. Like,
Yeah. And I do post some TikToks where it's like, okay, it's time
Yeah,
to relax.
there you
Just
go.
take a
One of those.
minute to yeah. So I
Nice.
do that. So there.
I have
that's about it.
insomnia, so I've got to start listening
Oh,
to
you
your
should try,
podcast.
yeah.
You
And then
know?
on call every Wednesdays on Facebook with the boys, Justin,
With the boys,
Jacko, and
Justin,
Danny.
yes,
oh, that's also a really fun show.
It's so fun.
absolutely.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
as fun as this one that we're on right now, but
I
also
don't know.
No, it is. It's a great show. Justin, Karina, and the gang, lovely, absolutely lovely. And they also have another show, by the way. It's
Geek
it's for
Squad.
geeks. The
Geek
Geek
Speak.
Squad. Geek Speak.
Or yeah, Geek Speak.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Best Buy Geek Squad. Yeah, never mind. Yeah, Geek
along with
Speak.
Ariana.
Ariana
you got Ariana. Actually, I've never met her, but of course, the gorgeous Alex C is there as well, and the other guy. I've never met him either. So yeah,
And the other guy.
he's cool. He's really cool.
video, Robbie.
Great plug. You must do this for a living, Robbie.
It's not my show.
All
I
right.
don't know.
Ariana, the gorgeous Alex, and the other guy.
The other guy. Very memorable. You know,
Robbie
I'm
should
just really bad with names. Damn it.
Robbie should do trailers like that, where he just
Rob,
doesn't know.
Can you please? That's gonna go. Robbie, remember the
What?
stuff that we used to make before?
What?
Like, I'm a
Oh,
Mac
right.
user.
Oh yeah.
You should put
Yeah.
that
Oh.
on TikTok.
We should put that on TikTok. And it's
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's so corny
I know
by
it's
today's
done,
standards.
Robbie, but you can do movie trailers, but like what they're actually about. Yeah,
Or
Right.
movie trailers that are just really unsure and misinformed. Maybe next summer.
After
starring
the COVID season.
A man with brown hair. Or something like
I heard that it also stars this person.
And the
But
other
it
guy.
might not.
I don't know. We'll come up with something. Hey, maybe this could be a spot for for the show. Anyway, show. What about you? Anything else you wanna say? Promote.
Thank you guys for having me. I mean, I love doing this, especially with Inka. Anytime I see her, I mean, I joke around about being her
Same.
sidekick, but this is great. I feel the love from the community, and thank you to the few people that do appreciate what I do on TikTok, and not just the people I showcase on the posts. Yeah, I'm really bad at accepting compliments,
I'm
especially
your
on social.
biggest fan.
But
It's super well deserved, man. You're
speechless, man. Speechless to
Yeah.
me. Tune in to 105 if you guys want, and TikTok,
Instagram. What about inviting them to your Instagram and other
Instagram,
social media
yeah.
channels?
So TikTok, it's just Show Suzuki. Instagram, it's show.suzuki. People keep tagging Show Suzuki, and this other random Japanese guy is like, he's typing in Japanese because I can see it there. He's like, no, that's not me. So in Japanese, it's like, すみません、違います。
Oh
Yeah.
no.
And then OnlyFans in the future. So OnlyFans.com,
OnlyFans.
Showtime.
Showtime.
All
show
right.
show. Okay.
Slash it's
So it's
showtime.
very nice having you guys on the show.
Absolutely.
Show
Thank
Inka,
you.
thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Awesome to have you guys. We're going to let you guys go. So have a good night, you guys. Thank you so much for coming to the show.
Bye.
Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye,
Robbie.
guys.
Bye,
Thank
Inka.
you. Thank you. You guys
Bye,
are awesome.
show. Mwah.
Bye.
And Clueless Trailers will subscribe. 70 Jasper. we'll work on that.
Yeah, Clueless Trailers. I think we're on to something there, pal.
Absolutely. And Sheila, thank you so much. And to Krisha, yes, we will do something about having you on board when we do the VO workouts.
Yes.
So yeah,
Definitely.
to the rest of you watching, who are still watching after almost 3 hours, yes, once again, please like and subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow us, like our page on Facebook. Follow us as well on Kumu if you can. We're only getting started, but we've got big plans for the show, and we hope you come along and join us for the ride. And
All right.
with that,
So I think that's good for tonight, Rob.
yeah,
Great
all right.
third
Have a
show,
great-
buddy.
Yeah, have a great rest of the week for everybody, and keep tuning in to The Static.
I did it. I did it this
Yeah,
time.
you did. I was good. All right, night.
Night.